back. Now you've gone through some thicket, and now you're actually on a main path to a town.
Jared,
So
we're gonna
it's
have to
not,
back up, start that over. I didn't have the sound on, so nobody heard anything. So welcome to THC. Thanks for walking the first 10 minutes of nothing. This is episode 4 of The Lost Minds of Phandelver. We all make mistakes. So we're good now. Let's try this again. Jared, back to you.
All right. Okay, so last we left off, you were you guys had a great skirmish with a goblin named Yemek, eviscerated him and his buddies, managed to fail to catch a net to catch your good friend Sildar Hallwinter from falling 40 feet in spectacular fashion. You have now since made 2 new friends, Sildar, and you found your new friend Ganja. Made your way out of the cave, and you are currently outside, camped out. Morning is coming, and you are getting back to your daily run. The road that you're walking along now is pretty wide. It's actually a main road for to go to town. So nothing really. I mean, and you're seeing people, passersby, come here and there, and so on. So nothing too crazy is going on at this moment. So what is your sort of walking pattern at this point? Who's in the front? Who's in the back? Who's riding? So on.
I'm walking in the front.
All right.
I'm
so
whistling
Gideon-
because it's a beautiful day.
Finn will be second in line. I think Richter said something too. About being close to the front.
Is he muted?
Yeah, Richter, you're muted.
Oh, my bad. It was Gideon, me, Dab, Pino, then Ganja.
Yeah.
But then you said
Okay,
we had a
perfect.
wide path and that we could spread out if we wanted to. And go
Yeah, you guys can spread out. So you're walking along. Where do we want Sildar to be? Sildar generally likes to lead. He's probably going to be relatively up front with Gideon, trying to shoot the shit. He's found that the nicer of the group, the less coarse and surly, is obviously Gideon. He's got a nice temperament to him, so he's
Which is
sitting
the
up-
funniest part, mate, because I'm a pirate.
Yeah, it's ironic that the pirate is the nicest person in the group so far.
I do have a
so
bit of charisma, mate.
He's up front, and he turns over to you as you're sort of walking along. And keep in mind, he's a human, so he's about standard 6 feet tall. And he turns to you and goes, "And how did you find yourself in the company of such rapscallions?"
I don't know what you mean, mate, by rapscallion, but these are interesting gentlemen.
Well, interesting to say the least. But how did you find yourself in the company of these fine gentlemen? Is more my question.
We had mutual interests, and those led to a bit of gold, and I found that their company has suited me. So.
It's interesting that Gundren managed to grab your group of people together to do a quest for him. More of a noble quest. It's not something I would see, you and your friends types as taking on.
And what type are those, mate?
Oh, no type at all. Just
I'm laughing out loud like I just did.
Yeah, and he sort of looks down. He looks down and turns to the side. He sees the other relatively grouchy Pino that was talking with Ganja. He sort of looks back. He turns around to Ganja and says, "I've heard the story many times, but how did you find yourself in that cave?" Can't hear you, Noka.
Oh, me? Sorry, I didn't realize you were talking.
You're not Rob anymore.
You're gone.
R.I.P. Rob.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
I don't know. I just was traveling and I got caught. I don't know what happened.
Fascinating. You are quite the storyteller.
Oh yeah, absolutely. For sure,
And
for
you,
sure.
tiny one who screams expletives in my name. How did you find yourself with these groups of miscreants?
We are.
Hey, you gotta stop calling us names, mate. I don't appreciate that too much.
I was just sitting at a bar and I seen how these guys roll, specifically Richter, and I was drawn quite to him. I like the way he thinks, like the way he goes about business. Kind of chaotic myself. So I just been following along, smoking my pipe, and when they get into trouble, I let my magic fly and help them in any way I can.
And try to steal the goods before we get to split.
Possibly. I may or may not steal things, but
Fascinating. And how is that red gem in your pocket doing? And he gives a little smirk back to Gideon.
so I told you I'm gonna carry that till we get back to town. It'll be fine just there, and if you don't shut your mouth, I'll staple it shut for you.
He's an interesting
I
fellow.
will keep order.
He's an interesting fellow there, Dad. He's constantly puts his own foot in his mouth.
I think he talks too damn much.
Not me.
So, he turns to Richter and he says, "And what of you?"
Oh, this guy's gonna die.
I get his armor.
For what? You can't
We already
say
know
it
it
right.
doesn't fit.
Did we move beyond that point?
So he turned to you, Richter, and turns to you and goes, "And what of you?"
Mind your fucking business and talk to these guys.
Righto. Sounds good. I will move ahead. Oh look, town's coming. And so you guys are running through. A rutted track emerges from the wooded hillside. You catch your first glimpse of Phandelver. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, so it's not robust. It's not like Neverwinter where you guys came from. Some built out of old fieldstone foundations, more old ruins and crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars. Surrounding the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into the muddy main street of the sorts as it climbed toward a ruined manor house at the hillside on the east side of town. So a massive manor in the corner. As you approach, you see children playing in the town and town green, and townsfolk tending to chores and running errands at shops. Many people look up at you as you approach, but all return to their business as they go. And Sildar turns to both of you and goes, "My friends, that is secure lodgings. I'm told the local inn is quite very quaint."
I think friend's a loose term, but yeah, I do agree we should find lodgings.
Well, the only lodging in this town, from what I understand, is the Stonehill Inn.
That's the only one you say?
Well, there is the Sleeping Giant, but that is where more unsavory folk tend to hang out. I'd
I
recommend
immediately
coming in.
want to. I
You
want to see the
remember.
Sleeping Giant. It seems like an interesting place.
You remember who you're talking to here?
I would highly recommend we go into here we go. I am unable to provide you with any payment unless we go to the inn.
All right.
Let's go to the inn.
Looks like we're heading to the inn.
I could use a little food anyway.
That's where they sell drugs.
And
I just want.
keep my eye on Dab, making sure he keeps that gem right in his pocket.
Dab, are you looking to hide it, or are you looking to?
Yeah, I'll definitely try to slide it into my other pocket and maybe into the pouch that I'm carrying on my side.
So are you gonna talk to him, or are you gonna try and move it into your pocket?
Well, it's in his pocket already, and I know he has it, so you can
We
hide it
both
on
know
you all
he
you
has
want.
it.
but I'm gonna keep
Everybody
your ass
knows he
upside down.
has it.
Jerry,
Are you trying to slide? I mean, he could be ballsy here. Are you trying to slide it into a different pocket, or are you gonna try and say I don't have it and Jedi mind trick them?
Yeah, I'll be like, I just found this hole in my pocket. I don't know where it went. It must have fell out somewhere back. Who was walking behind me? They must have noticed it.
Insight.
No, you're a
Insight.
liar. I've been watching you this entire time.
He says this out loud. You make so Dab, make a deception roll. Everybody else make perception rolls. We'll see if Dab can get himself out of this one. Oh.
Not gonna
How about
happen.
Can I do insight?
That's not even. Richter got to roll 20.
Ooh.
Yo, Richter catches him all the time.
Why won't it roll?
So Richter
So,
immediately sees as you're trying to lie.
And I'm just gonna go. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. It was the wrong fucking pocket. It was in my other pocket. Here it is, right here.
I didn't.
yeah, I'm gonna take this and I want to sell it with the rest of the goods that we looted from the cave. The stuff
Yeah,
that
that's-
we
Mine
packed
roll?
on to where the ox were.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good
How are
idea.
you selling it? You still gotta split it with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna split it with you guys. We're gonna split all the loot.
Yeah.
All right,
You
all right.
can
Let's go
certainly
in
make
first.
your wares. You'll certainly be able to sell your wares once we make to Bothan's, but let's all make our way into Toblin's establishment. And he opens the door, these two massive oak doors. They stand about 10 feet tall. He sort of pushes them open. They creak as they open up. You come into a pretty well-lit room, tavern music playing in the background. There's a beautiful ornate wall carvings all around, and you find yourselves in the Stonehill Inn. So as you walk in, there's a little plate on the top that swings back and forth, almost like the old saloons, and it shows Stonehill Inn. At the bar, you see two people tending bar, a woman and a man, both human, both standard build. Um, they are just serving the local patrons. There's a few around, I encourage you guys to if you can move your characters. There are all of the patrons are around. You can talk to any one of them and go do what you like.
Okay. I'm gonna ask, gentlemen over here. Is there any type of library or any place of the town's history and knowledge that I may be able to go check out?
Okay, so you go over to. It looks like you're walking over to this lady right here.
Correct.
All right, so you walk up to her. Sort of looks down at you. At first, she doesn't even really see you, and then she sort of looks down at you and goes, "Well, howdy, stranger. What can I do for you?"
Just curious as to what this town holds. May there be any area such that holds the town's history or the area's history, a library of sorts, a place with books and knowledge.
Well, I don't know much about book reading much. I just sweep up the floors, but I know that there's an old man in town who knows a lot about what it used to be.
Could you direct me that way, please, fine lady?
Oh, yeah, you can go talk to Darren Edermath. He used to be an adventurer. Always comes in, like to talk about it a lot.
Okay, here's 2 gold for your time. Head over to my friend there in the green hood. His name's Richter. I'm sure he'll enjoy your time. Thanks very much.
I just want to point out, I'm pretty sure Dab thinks she's a whore.
I think every woman in the earth to Richter may be a whore, so...
I'm going to approach.
That's so disrespectful.
I'm going to approach. I think Pino. I'm gonna let him know that I trust these new guys that we met. Right, this pirate and this dude from the fucking cave, and that I think we should finish off the quests that we have at hand and move on to what's next.
Now, you said Pino, but you moved to Dab. Did you mean Dab?
Yeah, my bad. You're over here. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you wanted to move
yeah.
to Pino.
Yeah. I just
All
wanted
right.
to chat with Pino, let him know that I trust these guys and that I'm ready to continue on to the quest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I got some trust in this Gideon character as I kind of look over my shoulder at him. But
Okay.
this new guy, Ganja. I don't know. You might have to earn a little bit of trust. It would help if he bought us around. I say loudly.
So you
Pretty
hear this
sure he's
over.
Paul, mate.
Yeah. So Ganja, you heard this as like you heard mumble, and then just heard, but it'd be good if it bought us around. Just sort of bellowed out from behind him, and you hear a lot of the patrons around go, "Hey!"
I stand up and make eye contact with Pino, and I just kind of turn out my pockets and like just shrug like.
He's like Annie.
I gotta feel sorry for him. I'm
First
gonna buy
round's on
him a
me.
drink.
Ooh, you're gonna buy him a drink. All right, who are you buying that drink from?
I say underneath Gideon, who loudly buys everybody a drink. I take my money back, put it in my pocket.
Okay, Gideon, who are you buying a drink from?
I'm gonna go up to the bar and I'd like a mug of grog for my compatriots and myself.
Well, howdy, stranger. Well, we certainly have some wonderful brews for you. Would you like the house brew, or would you like something a little more exotic?
I'll try a mug of each, mate.
A mug of each for just you or for the whole crew?
For whoever wants, mate. And I
Oh, boy, hell yeah.
put a I put a gold piece down on the bar.
I'll take it now.
Most wonderful. Well, I'll get my son Pip right on it. Pip, get your butt over here for these fine gentlemen. And
Come, Pip. Pour the
How much
drinks,
ale
Mike.
can you get for one gold piece?
ale's not that expensive from what I remember.
Yeah, gold pieces. Y'all just giving out these gold pieces willy-nilly.
Let's say
Gold pieces are a lot of
When you
money.
dropped 2 gold, and I didn't get a chance to say this. When you dropped 2 gold in that woman's hands, she sort of looked at you, Dab. She looked at you, looked back at the gold piece, looked at you, and was almost basically, and I didn't get a chance to say it. She turned around to you and says, "You want anything else for that?"
Oh,
Yeah, that was the reason I paid 2 gold. I figured your services were worth that. You're a nice lady. If you're gonna take a load in the mouth for my friend Richter, you deserve at least that.
Excuse me,
Yes.
oh, man, I do not appreciate it when people talk to me like that. I mean, I was gonna clean things for him, maybe make him. Look
Oh,
a
he
little prettier, give him a
definitely needs
haircut.
some things cleaned. You can definitely give him a hand with that.
Sir, I'm gonna go away now. And she actually storms out out the back area and into the
Hey,
room.
you hold on a minute.
She
Give me
didn't
back that
gold
2
back,
gold.
though, did she?
Yeah, give me back that 2
She
gold
didn't
before you go storming away.
She's going to walk away with the 2 gold in hand. Are you doing anything?
I'm a puncher.
Oh my God! How did this happen? Mike, is it really worth it? Yeah, you're being a bit of a
Are
bit
you
of an
letting her
ogre
go down, or
giveaway.
you,
I'm a cast mold earth in front of her.
All of the pirates.
there's no earth in front of her. It's all a wooden floor.
He's
Okay.
really gonna cast.
Let her go. Just let her go. He already upset the
It's either that or I set the bitch on fire. So
Let's just get a
man.
drink.
Miss,
She
let me. I'm gonna
she
try
can-
to speak to the
What do we
lady.
have
I'm
to
gonna
do?
speak
she
to the
let.
lady.
I'm gonna holler at Richter real quick from across the bar and say, "Yo, I just passed her 2 gold. Work your magic on her there, Mister Slick."
But yo, Jared,
And so
what's our quest?
Pino,
We have to
I need
return the
Pino
guy
and,
back?
oh Jesus, Pino and Gideon, make a perception check, please.
Jared, what's the quest? We have to bring this guy from the cave somewhere?
Right now, your quest is you've managed. So, if I bring you back to what you guys originally came here for, you were transporting goods to Barthen's Provisions for a gentleman by the name of Gundren Rockseeker. He has a friend, Sildar Hallwinter, that took out ahead of him, and Sildar is looking for his good friend Iarno Albrecht, who is supposed to be in Phandelver. He was a member of the Lord's Alliance. Was supposed to be in Phandelver and hasn't checked in quite a few days. And you're supposed to be taking these pieces to Barthen's. And in general, you can ask around on what what Gundren even has, what business he has, because he paid you fairly handsomely. Well, he said he was going to pay you fairly handsomely once he met you in Phandelver. You haven't seen any of that money yet.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the average price of ale, and I just cannot find it. For the life of me.
It's cool.
I think it's 2 copper. It's
So-
like 2 copper. It should be on the DM screen, the
A
reincarnated
gold
DM.
piece should have covered all of that.
Yep.
So
2 gold pieces
we're
definitely should pay
looking-
for a
we're
blowjob for
looking
my friend
this
Richter.
guy's friend.
4 copper pieces.
No,
for
copper.
of ale.
So let's figure one
How
gold
much?
piece bought like 50 mugs.
Oh yeah, it bought like everybody around. That's why that 1 gold piece bought everybody around.
So
One gold
let's
piece is
use
equal to
that
10
to
copper.
ask people where this guy's friend is.
Thank you.
So sorry, what are you using for?
We could use all the ale that we're giving to everybody to ask questions about where the guy from the cave, his friend,
You
is.
absolutely could. You could
Which
take it over
was
to
my
whoever you want
plan
in there.
before it
Right now,
became
you
a
have more
fight
pressing
between.
Good
Right now,
shit.
you have a more pressing situation. So, based on those perception rolls that we received, Pino, you have no idea this is going on, but Gideon, you are starting to see the kerfuffle going on. By Dab, you hear the lady scream out and sort of shout expletives and try and walk away, and you see Dab start to reach for her. You have a chance
Is
to
it-
do something here before Dab gets a chance to do anything else.
I want to step in between Dab and the lady and take her hand, if that's possible.
Okay, so you
Not in an aggressive way. I'm trying to be charming.
All right, so she goes to make a way. Dab goes and walks towards her. Gideon, you jump in front of him. Dab, are you going to try and push through this, or are you sort of letting this happen, or?
Well, I'm just gonna say to the lady, hold on a minute. I may have been ignorant before, but you still haven't told me how I can go see your friend the adventurer. Which direction do I head for that?
So you grabbed her hand. She turns back around and says, "Oh my, I haven't seen the exotics here before." And,
He was a whore. He was right.
she wasn't a whore when I started this thing. She turns to you and goes, "And you little shithead, you can find Darren Edermath over at the orchard. He owns one." And then walks away.
I think you should give me back one of those gold pieces, my lady.
And I think you should get less of a fucking potty mouth. Oh my goodness, I said it myself. I gotta go.
I think that you took an L on this encounter, my dear.
Bitches be crazy. Bitches be crazy.
They certainly do, mate. Perhaps a little gentler in your approach in the future.
I'll try.
And so
The worst
she
thing you can
stomps
do
off
to a
into the
whore,
back
mate,
room.
is call them a whore, mate.
She stomps off into the back room. Gideon, make another perception check real quick.
Got you.
Johnny, I think you have to make that for him.
Oh shit.
It's gonna be great when those Trump bucks come in. Actually, no, they're in. We just need to.
Yeah,
need to
thank
get
you.
stuff in.
Damn, don't make me sound poor. I work every day.
Jared, what kind of computer was that?
All right, you don't see anything as she walks away.
Okay.
Man, you should not have. Oh wait. No, you don't see. Wait, was that 12? Did you hit it twice, Josh?
No, the 12 was the first one for the bar.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
that
yeah,
one.
no, you don't see shit, Richter.
I want to give out the ale that Gideon bought and talk to the locals and ask them if they know where this guy is.
Okay, do you have a particular? So you have access to any of the locals on the screen, so you can walk up to whoever you want. There's people sitting all around the bar. So there's a guy over here. There's a lady over here. Over.
I'm gonna ask
here.
this
There's
guy-
another guy sitting over here.
I'm gonna ask this guy that's sweeping up in the corner, or is that the girl that just ran away?
That's the girl that just ran away.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask the bartender. Actually, after giving out the beers, first person I want to ask is the bartender because he's there every
Yo,
day,
Darth
right?
Vader, keep it down.
Sorry.
Breathe into the mic.
I know it's May the 4th, but
Okay, so you want to ask the guy. So the guy turns to you.
Sorry, I was
And,
climbing the stairs.
Yeah, so the guy turns to you and goes, "Well, hell there, stranger. What can I help you with?" Richter, he's talking to you.
Man, I actually want to approach him with the guy that we found in the cave, so he could tell him his name and his friend that he's looking for. I
Okay,
want
so he
him to
turns
relay all the
turns
information.
to the human, and sort of you shove Sildar a little bit forward, and he turns to you and goes, "Well, okay, if your friend doesn't want to talk, how are you doing?" And Sildar turns back in. This is gonna be really difficult. I have to have a conversation with myself. He turns to the barkeep and says, "Oh, good chap. I'm here on official business of the Lord's Alliance. Have you heard of it?" To which the barkeep turns around and says, "I ain't heard no fucking thing. If you want some of that frou-frou shit, just go on outside. You can probably find it in Shrine of Luck or maybe in the Lion Shield Cloister." And then as soon as she says that, Sildar pipes up and says, "The Lion Shield Cloister. Yeah, well, that was where we last heard of Iarno. Well, where is this Lion Shield Costa?" And he turns back to him and goes, "Well, it's up the road a little bit, but I mean, it's pretty hard not to see. You just got to make your way up, down the trails, around, and sits right close to the woodworking shop and Lynn's home." And then he starts rambling on, and Sildar goes, "Hey,
Right.
thank you. That's more than enough. Have you seen my friend Iarno Olbrecht? I mean that fancy-looking fella who likes to dress up in robe and shit like that? No, I hadn't seen him for a long, long time. Not since Red Brand's come in and started fucking everything up."
I'm gonna ask the bartender.
Sildar
Buy everybody
Sorry
another
about that.
round in this whole place. I'm gonna ask the bartender if I buy everybody another round in this whole place, will you write the directions down for me?
I can certainly write directions down for you. You ain't got to buy no more beer. I mean, you are bound around. I mean, I'm more than happy to serve you more, sir. But if you just want to get there, I can give you a map of Phandelver, no problem. I just got one here back behind the counter.
Thank you, sir.
DM, man.
around. He turns to you and goes, "You want that beer?"
Yeah, we want that beer.
You're damn right you want that beer. So he goes back and he grabs a bunch of ales. He comes out with them and he says, "And this one's just for you. It's signed by me. Doesn't mean shit, but I did it anyways." And he puts it on the counter and he hands you a map of Phandelver. And I will see if I can share this with y'all, but I'm fairly certain I can. Nope, can't share that. Good God.
That's what's up.
So hearing all this and the way Richter's acted, I'm actually moving a little bit away from him because I'm kind of scared because I've never seen him act so nice.
Told you,
Alright.
man. Everybody mellows out. Man.
Just looking at Ganja, just let him know that something's just weird.
All right, bear with me here for a second, guys.
Just kind of looking at you, not really saying anything.
See, like, I don't know you guys, so I actually want to, after this is dealt with, I want to talk to the bartender afterwards.
Al, are you like eating Kentucky Fried Chicken? What are you doing, bud?
Opening a bag. Yeah.
Opening.
Al, you can turn push to talk on Discord, and it puts a little button on your phone that you hold the talk into. If it helps.
Wow. It definitely would help.
It's in your settings, enter voice and video.
What in the
Who
world?
the fuck is banging pots and pans?
That wasn't me.
That was definitely me.
Oh man, that was great. All right, so there should be a. There we go. So there's the map. It should be in your
Hey,
journal.
come here.
He passes you the map. You and John just have your conversation. You guys are now in. You're still working around. Toblin's turning to you and he goes, "Hey, I hear it looks like you are one of them adventuring type. Am I right?"
Indeed.
Who said that?
Is he
Alvin,
talking to me?
Was that
Is he
Richter?
talking to
I was like,
Ganja?
he turns because I mean, right now he's talking to Richter. So if Gideon just said
Okay.
that confused the living shit out of him.
We're just trying to have a friend. We're trying to find a friend and have a party along the way.
Well, I can certainly use your help if you'd be so inclined. I'd be willing to pay absolutely nothing for it.
What do you need help with?
Well, there's some of these shitheads around here they call themselves Red Brands, and you know that fucking mayor of ours, Harbin Wester, ain't done a goddamn thing about it. And I could really use them fuckers away from me because I don't want to go losing my wife or my kids. They steal women, you know. Don't know what to do with them, but they do.
I'll get together with the rest of my friends and tell them we have this map. We know where Caveman's friend is, and the bartender asked us for some help, but he can't afford it.
So you've now turned back to the. Or are you saying this to him to sort of give him a slate?
No, I'm saying this to. I'm gonna walk over to where Pino's drinking with Ganja over here.
Okay.
Can I have a moment?
Yeah. So go ahead
talk
now.
to the
We'll
bartender?
move on to Ganja. What are you doing, bud?
So I look over at the bartender and I say, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm looking for a good night's stay in an actual bed. It's been a rough while, but I don't have any money to pay for anything. So if, do you have any work you need done around here for these guys over here," and I gesture to the rest of the group, "These guys saved my ass, but I need a good night's stay in a good bed. Get myself going again."
You're looking for a room there, darling, are you?
Yeah, just something comfortable with a pillow.
Well, I just heard my wonderful husband up there talking about those fucking Red Brands, and I'm not particularly enjoying their presence in our town either. I mean, they've been causing lots of trouble. I actually heard of a friend of mine named Dendrar. He stood up to the Red Brands about 10 days ago, and they took his wife. They killed him, I'm pretty sure, and his wife, and his daughter. They all gone missing. Ain't gonna see any of them anymore. But if you happen to help us out, you'd be more than happy to give you room and board.
They killed a man just for standing up for himself.
Well, they kidnapped him. I can't say they killed him, but I mean, you have your imagination, I have mine, so.
You
I
overhear us?
nod. And Pino's right next to me there,
Yeah,
right?
you're pretty close. So yeah, you're overhearing this conversation.
Pipe in and Sage. If anybody that
What
pays
do
some
you-
actual money to get rid of these people,
What do you guys say that we extort these guys and we charge them a certain amount every 2 weeks to a month for protection? They don't have to pay us right now, but in the next few weeks they'll have to, or they'll wish that these red Brents come back.
I say sure, but why don't we find somebody that might have a little more money than these guys? They don't seem particularly well off.
I'm
Yes,
not
and ganja.
a big fan of the idea of extortion, seeing as how I mean, I'm a paladin, but that doesn't mean everything. But extortion isn't something I'm. I
I
get
bet the
quiet
pirate
after the
likes my
extortion
idea.
thing.
The pirate would like my idea.
I hear this from across the room, and I say, I think that's a
I
great
do
idea,
enjoy your
Richter.
idea, mate, but you have an indelicate way of...
Oh, did we lose Al?
No, he's got to keep his finger on the button
Yeah.
longer, or he's got to turn his push to talk release up, so that way it'll keep the mic cued longer when he's got the finger on. But I think he's figured out his push to talk.
Is it on now?
Yeah, it's on
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. I indeed do like that idea, but you have an indelicate way of saying things, mate. How about
And, at which
protection?
point, at
We
which
offer
point-
protection.
I need. So at which point, considering you guys weren't saying this under your breath, she turned you. The lady turns around to you and goes, "Well, I don't particularly like being called poor, and I'd be willing to pay your asses, but not anymore. I can deal with fucking red brands myself. They haven't come and kidnapped me yet, and I don't appreciate y'all calling me poor."
I didn't say poor. I said not so well off.
I'm pretty well off, you little prick shit. I just don't want to pay people to get bad people out of my town. If you guys don't want to kill them, I can find somebody else who can.
I'm gonna look at her dead in the
All
face
right,
and go,
last thing.
and I'm gonna fucking spit in their fucking face.
Oh God.
She's just gonna, I guess, pull a acrobatics check to try and, if she rolls a nat 20, she might magically dodge out of the way. But
Hey, at least it's not an arrow.
okay, so that hits her square in the face. She just sort of looks down, and all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, the fuck you think you're doing, spitting on my wife? You get the hell out of my establishment right fucking now."
Well, good thing I got this mat, bitch. And then I run out.
All right, so you run out. All three of you are still left here.
Yeah, no, I'm just walking out at a normal pace.
I was already on my way to the apple orchard to go see her adventurer friend, so I could learn about the town.
Okay.
Yep.
I obviously walk out with my head hung low looking stupid.
Ganja, what are you doing?
So I look at the lady as she wipes the spit off her face, and I was like, so I guess that means I gotta find somewhere else to sleep.
If you're keeping that kind of fucking company, you can sure as hell not sleep here.
And I walk out.
All right. So you guys make your way out. You see, you have a map in front of you, and for those who don't see it, I will bring it up right now. Oh, no, wrong thing. So you have this map in front of you right now. You've got, you see a lot of references on here that you don't quite understand. You heard, bits and pieces of it. By the way, Sildar throughout all of this has managed to slink away. So he was rolling a couple of sleight of hand checks while you guys were all talking, and managed to slip away. So you don't know where he went right now.
With the ruby.
No,
No,
ruby's
he
in
didn't
my
have the
pocket.
ruby. I'm pretty sure that.
Or no, he might. I
Stab
think he
still
did
has
take
that
the ruby. I'm pretty sure he took that ruby.
Make a deception check, Dab.
I can't roll for shit
As
today.
a note,
Nobody's buying your shit. So you basically turn to them and go, "He took the ruby," and then you like snort
is not
because you
slick.
laughed.
Just my sarcasm.
You're
It was a
not
joke. It was a
slick.
joke.
So yeah, you have no idea what Sildar is. I need everybody to make a quick wisdom check.
I'm that dude. Let's go.
So Pino's still gonna make his real quick, and so does Ganja. Just waiting on Ganja to see what he sees.
What am I making? Sorry, I missed that. I couldn't
Wisdom
hear
check.
Wisdom check.
You. Okay, 1 sec.
And I have voices for everybody in that tavern and everything too.
Just straight up wisdom.
Just straight up wisdom.
Yeah, it should be coming in a sec here.
That whole tavern's lucky we ain't shoot the shit up.
Should be coming. Why is it not happening?
We got 2 new guys in the group. They need to prove themselves, right? Nothing like a good tavern brawl.
Why are you not fucking rolling?
All right. Well, regardless, we'll wait on that
Sorry.
one. But Richter, Dab, and Pino all remember that Sildar owes you 75 gold pieces and has not paid.
So now we're just coming to the realization that fucker run off without making us money or paying us his money,
That's exactly it.
and none of us seen him which way he went or even seen him leave the door.
Nope. No, he ran some pretty awesome sleight of hand checks while you guys were. He had advantage on all of them because none of you were looking for him.
Well, I didn't know that he was going to slip away and do that. I didn't think that was the thing.
It's exactly the point.
So, this little fucker said something about looking for an Albrecht. Anybody here know anything about an Albrecht? Maybe we can go find this fuck. I think we need to go find him.
Do we
so
have
as
anything
you
that
guys
belonged to him?
are- So you guys are standing out in front of the tavern right now. You've got the Stonehill Inn moniker hanging above you. Pino's just said what he said. What are we doing?
Do we have anything that used to belong to him that was ever on him at any point?
Nope. None of you carried any sword. You never took his sword away from him or anything else like that. Ganja knows that his armor's really tight.
Hold on a minute here, Gideon. You still got that net that we tried to catch him in?
Indeed, mate.
Is anybody
Did that
here?
net-
Sorry, I missed what you said there. I know what.
You know that his
Oh,
armor
you
didn't
know
fit
that
you.
his
Connection
armor
is
fits.
trapped.
So
In here. Did that
and then
net
I'll look-
ever touch him?
I hand over the net.
so then Pino, can you form into a wolf? Will that give you wolf senses?
Yeah, sniff his scent out. Let's find this motherfucker.
Yeah. I can. It gives me the ability to smell like a dog.
Let's
Yeah, it gives you
find
the ability to
this
smell like a wolf, yeah.
motherfucker. Sniff this net. We're gonna slice his throat, get his armor, our money, bring him back to the guy who asked us to find him, and he's got to pay for the fucking body.
Sounds
So
good to
nobody
me.
asked you to find Sildar, but I'm just gonna point
Isn't
that
that?
out.
It wasn't that what happened? Why they gave us the ox? They were like, "Go find." my
No, they
friend
gave you
and
the
all
ox to
belongings."
try and just transport provisions over to Barthen's provisions in Phandelver. That was it.
Oh.
That was your entire job.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, weren't we supposed to take it to somebody here? Gundren or something was supposed to be meeting us here with
No,
Thorlin?
Gundren Rockseeker was supposed to be meeting you there. You now know that Gundren was taken based on the information that Sildar gave you. Gundren was taken along with Sildar. They were ambushed. Gundren got taken to some Cragmaw castle, and they don't know. And Sildar had no idea where that was. You know that Gundren had a map with him. You don't know what that map contained, but you know it was pretty special because it was taken all the way to the boss. And you've arrived in Phandelver. Your entire job was supposed to meet Gundren Rockseeker here and bring his provisions to Barthen's provisions. For the wolf, you just get you get advantage on perception checks
Yeah.
or wisdom checks.
Yeah, that have to do with smelling and hearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we do that?
So before I'm just gonna say, where the hell is this wagon with all their supplies? Like, why don't we try dropping this off where we're supposed to be dropping this off before we go chasing some other loose ends around? Don't forget about him. We got this net. We have his scent as long as he doesn't go throwing that net somewhere. This can be done later. I say we get rid of these goods. At least take the money that you're supposed to get out of them. Can't find the person we're supposed to give them to.
Pino, make a wisdom check real quick.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
I haven't rolled over a 12 all day.
Okay, so you continue on. The net still got his scent on it, so you can catch him up later. You guys are heading off to where you remember, which is Barthen's Provisions.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So those who are paying attention on the stream can see that Barthen's Provisions would be
In the north
right
of
at
the
the
town.
top part of town. Not too far. It's just up the road from Stonehill Inn. It's only actually a couple. You're actually just down the road from it right now. You go in to Barthen's Provisions. You sort of make your way up there.
We should go up to.
You make your way up. You see a bunch of different wagons being loaded and unloaded. You see a relatively large man at the very front of it, sort of overseeing the loading and unloading of all of these pieces. He's surly. He's a human male, just sort of yelling at people back and forth. But he's almost got a sweet voice to him. Down the road, or sort of kitty corner, you're starting to hear a lot of noise coming from this area, just past the Stonehill Inn. You're starting to see some people congregate out front of some of the buildings, and a bit of a kerfuffle. But as you walk forth, you see this big gentleman.
Is it crowded?
What's that?
Is it crowded?
Yeah, it's pretty crowded. I mean, there's probably two or three different people ahead of you. You see carts in a line just getting offloaded right now.
Okay, I want to walk directly into the crowd.
Okay, so you walk directly into the crowd. Everybody sort of turns and looks at you. You're a little exotic compared to most of the people around this area, just because of the net and trident hanging off your back and so on. Turns to you. The gentleman turns to you, and he looks huge. He looks like massive. He's balding, and he's he looks like he'd just have the meanest looking voice in the world. And he turns to you and goes, "How you doing, eh?"
Hello, sir. And I see his balding, and then I run my hand over my bald head. I see that we have similar sensibilities.
Oh, mine's not about sensibility, eh? Mine just is my hair fell out.
I just give him a look like, this guy with no wit. And then I look around and like, what's going on, man?
Oh, we're just offloading a bunch of trailers right now. There's been a lot of people coming through town.
Indeed. Myself and my compatriots are actually here with the delivery.
A delivery? Oh, I always like deliveries.
We were supposed to meet a chap named Gundren, but we've understood he fell upon a misfortune.
So you see his eyes get really big, and he looks at the floor and goes, "Nope, never heard of anything like that. But if you've got things that you want to talk about, maybe you could go down to the Sleeping Giant. They might know what you need." And he looks back up at you. So he's looking at the floor right now, and then he looks back up at you, and then looks back down at the floor.
Once he looks back up at me, in that moment, I squint at him. I'm trying to see, like, what's his state of mind? Is he afraid? I'm like,
make an insight roll. He's gonna make a contested. So this will be D1 D20 plus 2. He's gonna make a deception check. He gets a 12 in deception. You get a 19. You know he's lying. You can tell You can tell he's not giving you the whole story, and you that's pretty much all you can glean from that. You know he's lying.
Okay.
You have to give you the whole story.
I know he's lying. Once I know that he's lying, I'm gonna step a little closer to him, and I'm gonna say under my breath, just so we can hear it. I'm pretty sure whatever I want to know, you can make me aware of, mate. And I want to try to intimidate.
Okay, so you know he's lying. So make an intimidation roll. It's going to be against his constitution, which is not very high. It's actually
It would be his
because he's using his constitution to sort of hold it. Oh, he's going to fail epically. Oh, both of you
rolled a
rolled
natural one.
Oh wow.
That one.
Fucking video.
So both of you are sort of at a standstill right now. He sort of turns to you. He looks really worried, and he's like holding his breath. You're looking at him, and you're like trying to snarl, but your eyes are like twitching, and you kind of look just insane. He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. I just know that over at the Sleeping Giant, there seems to be people that might know about that person, and they might want to talk to you." And he starts nudging his head. So you're starting to, and based on your other role, you're starting to get the idea. He's not lying to you for malicious reasons. He's lying to you because he's scared.
There's somebody there.
Indeed, mate, I will question down at the Sleeping Giant.
Oh,
But
that's
if I
great,
don't get-
man. And he cuts you off. Like he cuts you off and then tries to turn back around. He wants to end the conversation as soon as possible.
Can I look around and see if there's anybody there intimidating them?
Make a perception check, sure.
The 12.
So you at the very least can see two guards like people. They're basically just so. When you look at this, there's
They're not
coaches that are
exactly
coming in,
town
these
guards.
wagons that are coming in, and it's almost they're driving up the stage, almost like a loading dock. And there's two, and it's a wider loading dock. So there's a slot, and then there's a big wide loading dock that goes into the store. And there's a couple of steps up that actually go into the store, and sort of the side is almost like a garage lean-to thing that brings in the carts. And on either side of this sort of porch sits two middle-aged people. They're dressed in black, like heavy red overcoats, like dark umber overcoats, leather. That have a black interior, and they have a small insignia right on the chest.
I want to look over to
Have you ever seen these insignias before?
Dab and Pino.
I don't think so. No, nobody in your past would have.
I want to look over to Dab and Pino since we're the original guys from the quest, right? And I want to say, I'm tired of looking for Gundren. Let's bring him to us. Let's knock these guys out, go to Sleeping Giant, and burn it to the ground.
That's a terrible plan, mate.
I'm gonna say, didn't he say somebody took him? Didn't we get told somebody took him?
Yeah,
we know where he's at. He's in that
I think
castle.
He got kidnapped or some bullshit. I'm wondering if these
that's what I was
red
talking about, the
people that we're
misfortune
starting to hear
happened.
about.
And
I'm
I'll
wondering
look
if these
over.
red
I'll look
people
over. I'll look over at
starting to-
Richter, and I'll say, I like your idea. Offload this wagon first. I'm gonna run down to the orchard and talk to that dude that lady told me to go talk to. Apparently, he knows all about the town. You think about this. Sell this stuff. Get the stuff we need. I'm gonna go down and talk to that guy at the orchard. I'll come back, and then maybe we will burn this town.
I'll go with you to the
We
orchard.
need to start talking before we make plans like this, mate.
Nobody
I'm
asked you,
not burning
pirate.
down any towns.
Nobody asked you, pirate.
I only said that to them.
Yeah, because you're not with us, right? You jumped off the wagon, went into the crowd.
Yeah, you're up at the front right now. All of this is happening behind you, Gideon. So, Ganja, are you doing anything during this? Because you're hearing all of this go on.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna come up and be like, so, what's how we furthering? Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. Like you guys said last night, maybe I'm better off with somebody else than on my own.
Well, if you want to help us, I think it would be good.
I have no idea what on. You guys are running around, and I'm just blindly following. I have no idea what you guys are doing.
If you want to help us out, I think
You
it'd
guys
be
are
good for you
talking
to
about
go.
all these Gundar, and
Just go keep an eye on the door of the sleeping giant, and we'll meet you back there.
sorry, I'm having trouble. Dad.
Said just go keep an eye on
I
the door.
didn't catch most of that.
Go keep an eye on the door of the sleeping giant, and we will come meet you there.
Go in the door.
Keep an eye on the door.
Watch
Keep
the
an
door.
eye on the
Go
door.
watch the door.
Sorry, I
I think you're dropping out for him because you're crackling for
My
me.
connection is trash right now.
Okay, so anyways, if you can hear me, Nostra, he told you to go keep an eye on the door of the sleeping giant.
I'm going into the sleeping
Keep an eye on
giant.
the door.
I'm not standing outside.
At the sleeping giant. Yeah, I'll go do that, I guess. I'll go stand next to the door at the sleeping giant.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you go walk over to the door. Well, you go make your way to. And
Before he leaves, I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna say to him, I'm gonna look. We're trying to get rid of this crap. This is obvious. You know the obvious stuff. The obvious stuff that we'll fill you in on later. Right now, we just need you to look after this so we can go find out some information.
It's just said in chat he's missing about 10% of what is said.
There's people at his apple orchard that he's talking about. Let's find out some information before we go burning some shit down. Maybe they're friends.
No idea where you're going right now. Do you want to go to the orchard? 'Cause
That's why
Dad
I'm
knows
dragging. That's why I'm dragging Dad by his collar, and I'm saying, "Where are we going, little man?"
Okay,
we
Richter.
should
So
head to the orchard.
right now, as I understand it, Ganja and Gideon are making their way over towards the sleeping giant. Richter, you are just sort of, I guess you've been left to watch the provisions and watch them get unloaded.
After the provisions get unloaded and I have my share of the money, I want to go over to the woodworker and see if they could get me a better light crossbow. Is that possible?
That's certainly possible. So let's move through your delivering the supplies. So you move forward with you're waiting in line and so on. You keep moving forward and forward and forward. You finally get to the front. You see the same guy that Gideon talked to. You didn't necessarily hear what they was talking about, but he turns to you and goes, "Oh, how you doing there? Where'd you?" And then he stops in mid sentence and he looks at your cart and goes, "Oh, these are Gundren's provisions, eh?"
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll get them unloaded. Here's your gold. How many of you are there?
We get paid to bring the provisions, not to answer questions.
Okay, so I'm going to assume one, so I only have to pay 10 gold to one person.
Oh no, there's 5 of us. I thought he was asking for Gundren.
Make a deception check, and I know you're not lying, but make a deception check with disadvantage because you already tried to tell him that you were only you. And he's going to try and make an insight check on you. It's just +1, though. Ooh, 60 or 21 and a 6.
20.
So was that 20 for me?
I got a
Oh,
20
you
and
rolled a 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I rolled a 6. So he turns to you and goes, "Oh, 5e, eh? Okay, well that'll be 10 gold pieces each. So here's 50 gold pieces to you. And Mr. Rockseeker probably gives you his goodwill, although I have not heard from him in quite a while. But he prepaid me for these here provisions, and so did his brothers. So here's your money, and you can go now."
I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna go to the woodworker.
Okay, so you head off to the woodworker. We'll move over to Dab and Pino, who are making their way over to the orchard. You guys, the orchard's actually on the outside of town. It's actually on the other side of town. So you make your way across along a really long, you make your way up and then over, and it's along a really long dirt road. There's really nothing else on the other side of it. It's just like a really long driveway. You get into the orchard. You see there's a couple of people sort of working in the area, just spread out here and there. Nothing too fancy. And if I could find the damn orchard, give me a second. Here we go. And he's you see like a fit, silver-haired half elf. Based on the fact that you're an elf, you peg him, as being at least 100 years old. You can see he's got a strong build to him still, but he's very wrinkly. If anybody's ever seen Kung Fury, he's basically looks like Thor. He's just this massive brute of a dude, and he turns to you and goes, "What can I do for you?"
And so he's talking to Pino, or he's talking to both of us?
He's looking specifically at Pino.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I had to look at it and I say, my little man here, my friend's got some questions for you, I think.
Well, I can't tell you, but the apple tours are not for today, so you're gonna have to take your kid and go on home.
And I'm going to say, hold on a second there, sir. I'm no kid. I'm 69 years old.
Hold on.
Wait, you're not no town? I'm sorry. I'm rather old, and I don't see many of these old folks and these little tiny people anymore. Is that what you like to be called, tiny people, or is it midgets, or is it just?
Watch your tongue there, sir. You can call me Dab. I am the great Dab Hatter of Deep Gnome from Center Earth. I'm a great and powerful wizard.
Most excellent to meet you there, Mr. Hatter, but I've never heard of anybody of any kind of Middle Earth or whatever you seem to come from.
So maybe there is some. Maybe there is something you can tell me.
Hilarious, bro.
What was that guy's name again? I should have wrote that down.
Darren Edermath.
Do you know where I can find Darren Edermath?
Well, you're looking right at him, sir.
Well, I've talked to a lady at the Sleeping Giant, and she told me that you were an adventurer of sorts, a historian of the town, possibly.
Oh, Elsa seems to think I've done a whole bunch of things, and I have. So why don't you sit down and we'll talk all about it.
Okay, sir. Could you tell me, what is this area? What's the history here?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. All right, so, long time ago. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Dab Hatter.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You can't bring your kids here. You can't have any children around we're not open right now.
Oh, shit. Pino, I think this guy's got Alzheimer's.
I think we might be dealing with a bit of a joker here.
Well, would you like to hear about the town's history? I know I do a real good, what do you call them, reincarnations or what, reenactments. I do real great reenactments.
Go ahead and give us a reenactment.
I gotta say, Dad, why don't you ask some specific questions here? Why don't you ask a very specific question?
A long time ago, there used to be a cave.
Here we go.
And in that cave, there was treasures all abound. Things that most wizards around couldn't even dream of. Materials and minerals any gnome would ever want to have. Any dwarf would ever want to mine. But
hold on a second. Do you know about gnomes? You know about gnomes? Are you calling him a child?
He's old, bro. He's a dick. He knows what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't have your children here.
Oh, you see that old man? I'm looking at that.
I just met you.
What? Don't worry, you'll forget in 10 minutes. I'm looking at that. What do we need to find out from this guy? Ask him a specific, please, or a specific question. God,
a long time ago, there used to be a cave.
I'm trying to get
and
more
that cave was full of beautiful wonders and minerals and things of such, and people fought over that cave. And then one day cave was blown apart by the sheer force of fuckery in this town. I saw it all happen with my one eye.
What exactly happened, sir? What did you see with that one eye in this town?
I'm sorry, you can't bring your children into the apple orchard.
Do you know anything about the Lion's Head Coaster or anybody in it?
I don't understand. I don't take care of super zoo pets or anything. I don't know any lions or anything else like that. But a long time ago.
I'm a slap dab in the back of the head. This is fucking useless. Why did you bring us here?
But wait. You two look like you're adventurers. Am I right?
Adventurers of sort, yes.
Yes.
Well, I heard stories. You see, a long time ago, there used to be a cave. And now, I done heard stories of prospectors in the hills northeast of Phandelver that seen some digging around ruins in the old owl well. More disturbingly, these prospectors have been coming back reporting being chased out of the area by some undead monkeys. I mean zombies.
Undead zombies?
I wonder.
This have been so motherfucking awesome.
I wonder if you could find your way out there and maybe take a look for me. I'd be forever in your debt. Or I could pay it, and I wouldn't be.
Well, we don't like to keep debts. What would you be willing to pay?
Oh, I got myself a stash buried way back in the yard underneath an oak tree with about 100 gold pieces in it, but you'll never find it because I won't tell you where it is.
I don't think you're going to remember where it is.
I'm looking around for oak trees right now. Is there many oak trees in this apple orchard?
You don't see a single oak tree.
Son of a bitch. Well, I guess it's not going to be that easy. So, who's coming running back to town talking about these zombies?
I couldn't understand what the fuck you just said.
God damn it, old man, take the wax out of your ears.
I'm sorry, you can't bring your children in here.
If you call me a
My
child one
is
more
fine.
time.
I paid the price for him for the fucking admission.
Oh, you paid admission. Oh, wonderful. All right, well, we're not running tours today, but you come on back and I'll give you a voucher.
Give me my voucher.
All right, and he pulls out from his pocket, and it's just a straight piece of paper, and he just hands it to you. There you go, sir.
I put it in my pocket.
Now that's good for one child anytime you want. You can come back with your little one here and come back anytime, come look at the apples. Now, you look around, there are no apples. There is trees, they are barren. There has been nobody working on this farm for years from what you can tell. He turns to you and goes, would you like to hear a story?
No.
A long time ago, there was a cave.
What the fuck are we doing here?
Well, each time he goes through this routine, he gets a little bit further in the story, so I don't know how much time you want to spend here till he finally gets to the end of it, but it looks like it could be a while.
You know,
I
I
don't wanna
used to be
spend
an
any more
adventurer
time here.
once. I was part of the Order of the Gauntlet. And he stands up really, really tall and really stout. And again, I want to point out, he's very brawn. Like he's muscular. And he actually towers even over you, Pino. Like he stands probably 6'6". He's just built like a brick shit house. But clearly a little bit soft in the head. And he turns to you and goes, I used to be a vigilante group. I used to fight for justice and take away the depredations of the evildoer.
What
I
group
was
was
ready
that?
to fight evil at any time it came my way and smite anybody who tried to subjugate or harm others. I'll tell you, that's what these right been doing right now.
So, I don't think you've been doing anything with this orchard out here. Did somebody put you here? Did somebody tell you
You
to
know,
sit
those
here?
red brands, and he just cuts you right off. You know, those red brands, you know, I'd seen them grouping around thinking they were adventurers, thinking they was all that in a can of peas. But they ain't nothing without that little wizard they got leading them. Ass staff.
Ass staff? Can you spell that for me?
I'm sorry, you can't bring your children here.
Let's keep going. What about this ass staff? You said ass staff?
Oh, I know a guy named Ass Staff. He was a real good man. I fought him in the war back in 1995. Oh, you mean Ass Staff? I thought you said Ass Staff. Yeah, Ass Staff seems to be the leader of them there red brands. That's a really hard voice, too.
Makes
Where
me
could-
think of the Alchemist from Critical Role. I love this guy.
Oh, Jesus, I remember him. Was that? Oh, he wasn't he?
The
He wasn't an
gunpowder
alchemist.
guy?
He liked to work with gunpowder.
Yeah, the gunpowder guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the gunpowder guy. Oh man, I aspire to be that funny.
Oh, you're doing a great job right now. I'll
So
tell
he turns back to you and he goes, you know, I seen those little shitheads all the way up in Tressander Manor, walking in and walking out like walkers.
Does the
Stupid
name
sons of bitches.
Gundren ring a bell, old man?
Oh, yes, Mr. Rockseeker. I think you've been talking about Mr. Rockseeker. So, Mr. Rockseeker and his brothers have managed to find themselves a little hole to the cave. Now, they seem to think they're going to get inside that cave and get all them good wonders and them minerals. And a long, long time ago, there was a cave. And then he continues to dialogue for probably another 5 minutes before he turns back and goes, I'm sorry, you can't bring your children here.
That's
Do
okay,
you know
sir.
the direction of this cave?
Fuck.
The direction of what?
This cave you speak of wonders.
I've never heard of this cave.
Try to mimic him.
This ain't Aladdin, sir.
This goddamn cave that you tell the story about. Let me hear your story. Do you know how to get to your story cave?
I'm sure, sir, I do not appreciate being mocked. I think you are making fun of me.
Grace, I turn around and walk away. I start heading back towards the fucking giant toe.
Hey, wait, come back. I got a story for you. A
Fuck your story. Let's go down. Let's get the hell out of here. I
As
all
you guys walk
away.
away, he's still talking. He's just like,
So I don't walk back. I'm gonna say, Dad, you caught all the information he was putting out there, right?
Yeah, he was talking about a cave. I can't remember exactly where he said, somewhere up, prospectors, this and that, adventurers. He used to adventure. But what I'm gathering is Gundren and his friend here probably found an access hole to this cave, and they got caught. And that's who we're dealing with here.
Yeah. I caught a few other things.
I need both of you to make perception checks.
I can't roll for shit today.
Oh my God! Neither could I.
All of a sudden, you hear footsteps right beside you, and he goes, you know, and he's just walking with you. He's all of a sudden, and you don't remember him following you. You don't remember him coming up on you. He's just with you all of a sudden. He goes, you know, I remember when there wasn't any undead or any fuckers running around making people scared like these red brands and that ass staff. But I'll tell you, I don't think I'm old enough or wise enough or, wait a minute, I don't think I'm young enough to go fighting my battles anymore. I'd really appreciate if you two gentlemen would go on out and take care of these red brands for me, and then maybe go on up to the old owl well and take care of those damn monsters. I'd be much obliged, and I'd be willing to pay you. I have myself a treasure chest full of 100 gold.
All right,
underneath
old timer. All right,
back
settle
chair.
down, old timer. I say we will do this for you, but you can't keep following us.
We'll meet you back at the apple orchard when we're done at the owl well.
He pauses for a long second and goes, I'm hungry, and then walks away.
Thank
Okay, then
God
we'll
that's over. But at least
we'll
we know where we need to go now.
Yeah, let's make our way back to the rest of the group.
All right, so that'll complete you two. We've got Ganja and oh Jesus, I always forget your name. Gideon. Ganja and Gideon are making their way. Sorry, I have to. Does anybody remember the name of the guy who played? Oh Jesus, he was in Mr. Deeds. That's who I just based this guy off of.
Steve Buscemi?
No, it wasn't Steve Buscemi. It was, I think, Blake something.
Who, Crazy
He's a guy who
Eyes?
talked like that.
That's
I was thinking
Waterboy.
of Sling Blade. It made
Waterboy,
me think
yeah.
of Sling Blade.
That's the
I know
guy
it's
from
Sean's
Waterboy.
dad.
He played a dad in some other show. I can't remember what it
He
was.
played the dad. He played Sean's dad in Boy Meets World.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
All right, sorry. I have to note that down because that was a great accent. Hurts the hell out of my voice, but so you guys, the ones making their way over to the Sleeping Giant, you see out front there's a congregation of this group of people. There's you heard there's loudness and there's a bunch of people sort of jumping around. You make your way in towards the square. You get looked at, and almost everybody's standing in front of this sleeping giant. And the sleeping giant looks as if as the shrieking shack in Harry Potter. Like it's very run down, it's very beat up, but it's got a little front porch on it, and it is filled to the brim with a lot of different people that are standing in red trench coats with a black interior. You guys keep in mind, and I ask you to keep this in mind, you did not notice the people in the front of the Barthen's Provisions. That's so far only Richter, who asked to, murder them, as Richter does. And and you guys notice that in the front, they're kicking around. Like you come into this circle, and all these guys are looking at you. I mean, you guys are rough and tumble looking folk. The Paladin, you've got pretty raggedy armor, so you don't look as majestic and honorable as you usually do necessarily. So they're sort of looking at you very quickly, but as you get to it, you see you're in a circle, and you see there's a little, probably I'd say 15-year-old human getting absolutely pounded by like 3 different dudes in these trench coats.
I'm just gonna walk up and.
He's getting raped. He's being raped by 3
not
dudes.
raped. Just beat up.
Pounded,
Chill.
like,
This is
beat
not
up.
that kind of show.
Get demonetized real quick.
Yeah,
Hey.
chill out.
Leave him alone.
And
Before I can even respond to anything,
I'm just trying to see this. I'm just trying to see the scene. I'm not.
You're
like,
just trying to
you know what
picture
I mean?
it.
I just didn't know what you know.
Don't make it weird, bro.
And so you turn around. You basically walk up to him. You're trying to be that helpful friend, Ganja. You walk in. What are you doing at this point?
Can I say one thing? Can I ask one thing? Is Richter with us?
No, Richter's still getting his provisions, and currently is sitting on 50 gold pieces that he does not have to let anybody know he has.
Gotcha. All right, that's what I need to know. But this guy goes up and breaks it up, and then what?
So he goes and tries to break it up. He says, "Hey, leave him alone." And he goes, "Hey, fuck you think you're doing? Who you think you are?"
He's a little kid. There's 3 of you.
And I'm a big
He's
fucking
bad
man. I'm teaching him a fucking lesson. I better do the same to you if you shut the fuck up.
He looks like he's had his lesson taught to him.
I'll learn your own
I go
fucking
to pick
lesson.
up
You
the-
keep popping your mouth off of me, mate. I'll put your fucking face in the ground so fucking fast you can't even see your ass.
Just leave the kid alone. It's best for you. And I go to pick up the kid.
Oh, best for me, eh? Oh, you think you're some big fucking tough man gonna come in here and protect this little shithead? At which point the kid scurries off. He turns back to you and goes, "You made me lose my fucking entertainment, so you're gonna have to provide me with some."
I thought you were teaching him a lesson. It's entertainment. Do you want to be entertained?
What? Did you seriously just quote Gladiator?
No, I did not. Are you not entertained?
Are you not
I didn't do that.
entertained?
But we had that
Okay.
in our last session in Battle Royale. But anyways.
All right,
continue.
so you turn around, you say that, and he goes, "Is that a fucking threat? I got all my fucking pals around here. We can fucking break your head
Hey,
open. You gotta really talk to me
You're
like
the only
that."
one making threats here. I'm just trying to help the kid out.
He's gonna make an intimidation. He's basically gonna puff up his chest and go, "Fucking make me." And he's gonna make an intimidation roll. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm not
So he's
scared of him.
D20 plus 4 for his intimidation. These guys.
Gideon and Ganja about to fight 3-on-2.
More like 3 on 15.
Wait, 2 of them versus 15
Oh,
people?
oh, damn. So 23 on his side.
That's not so good.
You're a 7. So you are currently. Let me see my conditions here. You are currently. No. You're fearful, basically. So you are going to.
I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just trying to help the kid out.
Oh, I know. He thinks you are. So, all right. So you're currently frightened. So a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So this guy has basically rubbed like right up against you. He has just puffed out his chest, and you are right now you need to get back. You want to get back. You want to get as far away from him as possible.
Okay. While this is going on, can I do something?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on the edge of the crowd, right? I'm not in yet.
Mhm.
I'm gonna reach down and gather up some gravel from the ground.
Okay. So people are looking around, sort of looking at you weird, but
Okay. I walk around the edge of the crowd toward the front where they're having this altercation, but not
Okay.
directly there. While I'm
Okay.
doing that, I want to try to use sleight of hand to sort of hide my emotions of what I'm doing with my hands.
Okay, so I wouldn't do sleight of hand. First of all, drop a stealth roll, and that's going to be against their perception roll, which is just a d20 because they're not that bright. Drop a stealth roll just to see if you're contesting a 10, just to see if they notice you moving around sort of suspiciously.
Oh, it just beats it.
Oh, just so they don't notice you moving around. So what do you want to do? You want to move your hand and sort of move your hand around? What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna take out my pouch with my gold in it, and I'm gonna pour that into my bigger pouch, and I'm gonna keep 3 pieces. I'm gonna put the gravel in the bag and put the gold on top.
Okay, so you got gravel in the bottom of the bag, 2 or 3 coins on top. I see what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you managed to, you just managed to do that, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to have you roll I'm just going to have my guys do a quick perception check, which again is just going to be a d20. They're not going to see that. So you managed to do all of this work around. Everybody's sort of paying attention to what's going on at the moment. What are you doing?
As he folds under the intimidation, I'm gonna come up behind him and put my hand on his shoulder. Like, he's young, mate. Sometimes they're foolish in their hope for justice, you know? And I just pull him back some, and I was like, for your time. And I'm gonna throw the bag on the ground, and so the gold on the top shows.
Cool, that's pretty talented, but okay, that's gonna drop. I'm gonna make one more perception check just to see if this guy notices anything off. It's gonna be a pretty high DC for him, but no, he doesn't see anything. So he turns and goes, "Finally, somebody who fucking gets it. Take your fucking friend away and don't come back, or we'll have to give you a pounding, eh?" And he picks it up and just sort of puts the bag in his pocket.
And I walk this guy away.
All right. So that'll conclude you. Richter, you have, so we're going to keep going around here. So just for the sake of it, Pino and Dab, are you making your way back to Barthen's?
Yeah, we're going to meet up back with Richter at the place where we exchange the goods.
The 3 of you are now meeting back, and so all 4 of you are meeting back together. So
well, before that, I think Richter was going down to the woodworker.
No, I want to go to the woodworker by myself.
To see if he can get a
Oh,
crossbow.
yeah, sorry, you want to go to the woodworker.
Well,
okay, so you make your way over to the woodworker.
I want to show them my light crossbow.
You walk up the road to the woodworker's shop, which is, it's a ways actually. It's a bit of a hike. So you run past the town master's hall. As you're walking past the town master's hall, there's people shuffling in and out. There's this massive statue of this man sitting there. There is these beautiful ornate steps. As you walk past that, Richter, make a perception check. I know you're on your way to the woodworkers. Just make a perception check as you walk past that. Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary. You continue on to the woodworker. You walk in as would be normal. You see a beautifully ornately carved building. There's woodworker carved into the actual name of it. You walk in and there's a gentleman sitting there with basically on a lathe almost, wood working away. He's got very pointy ears, very tall, very slender, very regal. He turns to him and goes, "And what can I do for you?"
I want to show him my crossbow and see if he offers an improved version of this.
So he sort of looks at the crossbow. He turns to him and goes, "Oh yes, alder leaf, yes, oak wood." And he keeps turning around. He goes, "Right." And what are you looking to do with this weapon?
I'm going to take out the gang that has been terrorizing your town.
And he's looking down right now, and he's got glasses that sit pretty far down on his nose, and he looks up at you, and the first glimpse you get now of his eyes are huge. They blink in the glasses. Clearly he does not see well, and these glasses are doing a lot for him because you're seeing his eyes blink, and he goes, "The red brands. You will be doing away with them?"
We call them the dead brands.
And he gives you like he gives you a chortle. He doesn't give you a laugh. It's almost like that's amusing, but I'm way better than you. And he goes, well, I'll have you know that war is good for business for a man who makes weapons. However, these gentlemen have come into my establishment several times and caused me, let's say, issues. I would certainly take that into account when trying to improve on your weapon.
Whatever could get you to say my weapon with a more confident tone is what I'm willing to do.
So I could make this weapon into the greatest thing you've ever seen. But it costs money to do things like that. Magic. Mithril magic that is very expensive to conjure. It's not just about bending and cutting and gluing together.
You can't put a price on the lives of the people of this town, but I'm willing to use it for good, and I have 50 gold.
50 gold? Well then, now we are speaking languages we both understand.
Ain't nobody seeing that gold.
For a mere 40 gold, I will make this into one of the best crossbows you have ever seen. It will fire with the speed of 1,000 suns. It's the best analogy I could think of, I'm sorry.
I don't know how fast the sun is, but I'm willing to buy that crossbow.
Most excellent. So you hand him over the gold. He takes your weapon and goes... He takes your weapon, he goes into the back, and then he comes back out and he goes, well, I'm not going to do it right away. These things take time. Why don't you go on down to the Stonehill Inn, find yourself some lodging on me, and come back tomorrow and you will have your new crossbow.
You got it, boss.
And tell Toblin I said hi. He's a wonderful gentleman.
No problem.
So you make your way out of there with 10 gold pieces in hand.
I'm going to go give 2 gold pieces to each of my teammates and tell them that they only gave me 10.
All right, so he's going to get back. So you see him coming down the road from a different direction. None of you really know where he went at this point. Nostra, sorry, not Nostra. Ganja at this point is like constantly looking back. He looks completely paranoid right now. Gideon understands exactly why. Dab and Pino walk down the road. They are just giggling their ass off at the encounter that they just had. And Richter is showing this beautiful smile on his face that he is unable to clear. So go ahead and commence. Richter, if you're telling them that you're getting 2 gold, let's hear what you have to say, and then we'll see what you roll.
Hey guys, they only gave me 10 gold. I asked them for 50, but these 2 guards, they got really tough with me and intimidating. They said that if I want to get paid, I have to get it from Gundren.
So make a deception check and just add an extra 1 to your normal deception roll.
Okay.
That's not going to be good.
I got a 7.
You roll a 7. So I need everybody else to roll an insight check on Richter and see who calls his bullshit.
Am I there?
Oh!
It ain't gonna be Pino, that's for sure.
Pino, you turn to him. You before anybody else. We'll see how he's come in. But Pino, you turn to everybody and goes, "That sounds right. That sounds right." And then anybody who's contesting this right now, anybody who's
I'm definitely contesting.
Yeah, Gideon's trying to be like, no, he definitely gave us more, and Pino is sticking to his guns. He's like, no, guys, it makes sense. And then you just start rattling off all the things.
I'm gonna look at Pino
I'm
and
with
Dad,
Gideon
who
on
got a
this.
5 and 6, and been like, guys, I've been with you since the beginning. These dudes don't know what they're talking about.
So that's a good point. So right now, Dab and Pino, both together, who were part of the original group, are 100% certain that he's telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
active.
be
Wolf.
hurt to that.
Nah.
I don't care who pays the rest of my gold, mate. Between the 3 of you, you're gonna give me more gold.
Okay.
I don't care how
I'll
it
give you-
happens. I don't care what you believe, mate. This is
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can have my share, but on the next mission, I get yours.
No, I'm never paying you anything. You've been hoodwinked, mate.
All right. Well, that's all right. I got a mission set up for 50 gold that you don't have to come on.
Mate, you are being hoodwinked. And if you're gonna let him take the money now, he'll take the money then too.
We've been rolling with Richter.
We wouldn't even let Dab steal the jewel. We're gonna let this guy steal the gold?
Rictor's an OG. We've been
don't
rolling
worry,
with
that
him
jewel's
since the beginning. We'll take his word over yours any
I
day,
don't
sir.
care, man. He's been unstable
I'm
since
gonna
the
tell
beginning.
everybody to calm down, calm down. I'll make sure that I get them the rest of their money. The two, Ganja and this guy. I'm gonna show my leadership, and I'll make sure that you get the rest of your gold that you're due. The three of us, we got enough for you and your wives.
Oh, I'm gonna say this, and you guys all right with that?
I'm gonna tell you, I put
Hey,
up
whatever the fuck it is.
I'm gonna say this thing, right? I put up with all the wild goon shit we did. You're fucking with a pirate, bro. When you start messing with the gold, it's not gonna be good no more, bro.
How much gold do you look at?
We just did a mission where we transported a cart all the way through the town. We fought enemies and all that, and we got 2 gold, man.
So what do you think it's worth?
Was a split. We at least should have gotten, I'll say, 15, maybe 10.
A piece? You're crazy.
I'm
are a
crazy,
great
man.
fucking
What
player.
kind of slum living are you used to, man?
I'm gonna
I
start
live
playing
off
my loot,
nothing.
and I'm gonna start playing my loot and walking towards the sleeping giant.
Oh, you're gonna walk towards the sleeping giant.
Yeah, isn't that where?
No, he told you to go to the Stonehill Inn, where you decided to spit in a dude's face, or a wife's face, actually.
Oh yeah.
Say, hold up, Victor. Hold up,
Also,
Victor.
too, yo, I'm really pissed off at this point, and I'm gonna turn to Ganja, and I'm like, Mike, don't forget that I just spent a bag of gold to save your life.
Hey,
Make a deception check.
I appreciate that, my friend. I just don't like seeing the weak be preyed upon, you know.
Yeah, but you're the weak, man, and you were being preyed upon.
So Pino, make a deception check for Gideon, and Ganja, make a insight check with disadvantage because you're still pretty frightened. Unless you just want to believe him, which you're more than welcome to.
I rolled it since he told me to, so.
Okay,
Right,
so yeah,
yeah,
he still beat you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you think he spent an entire bag of gold on you right now?
So,
And I heard him say that. I heard him
He
say
didn't
this.
need to do that.
Yeah. I mean, they're it's not like they're whispering to each other,
Okay.
as far as I know.
Yeah, so
So
I'm
he's
gonna
got
say,
the
if you
time-
spent a whole bag of gold just to get him out of fucking trouble, what do you need our gold for?
our gold, this is my gold that I earned on a job, mate.
Says
I'm not
you.
talking about your.
You don't have to trust
Says-
that he is telling the truth or not. But I don't think you know how much
Mate,
he
we were
may or may not have
contracted.
actually gotten.
Can I ask a question though? Weren't we contracted for a certain amount of money?
You were just contracted, and he said he would pay you when you got there. You never asked the amount.
And you weren't even contracted, Gideon. You come along on the trail. You met up with us there. You weren't even with us when we first got our mission.
So what? That
What?
still doesn't mean I get paid, bro. We still get paid.
Yeah, but you don't know
I
what
just
we were
gave it
supposed to.
all
You
we
have
just
zero.
did
You
was
have
worth
zero.
2 gold.
Yeah, but you have zero idea what we were supposed to get paid.
Neither do you.
And that's why they believed me.
No,
Okay, so I'm gonna leave you to argue, and if I think
I'm
you
not
guys
gonna
should
argue no
have-
more. This is it. I won't have any more talk about that for
Uh,
now anyway.
Jared,
I say it's 9:30 right now, guys. We'll take like a quick 5-minute smoke break, and then we'll get back into it in a second. Is that all right?
Yeah.
gang.
Yes,
Alright.
I could use it.
All right. 5-minute smoke break.
Sounds
And
good.
we're back.
Alrighty, so you guys have found yourself in the middle of the square, arguing over a minimal amount of gold. You've basically settled. I don't know. Have you settled on something yet? I think drawing that one out any farther would be a rough
I
idea.
think we're agreeing to
I
disagree
wasn't
and
done with my
walking on.
conversation with Ganja.
Okay, so you turned to him and said that. Sorry, what did you say to him again?
I told him I spent a bag of gold to save him.
Okay, and Ganja,
And,
you basically thanked him.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't give a shit about your gratitude, mate. You owe me a bag of gold.
Ooh.
I'd say that was about 25 pieces. So not only will you be accompanying our group, you will be contributing to your own, what is it we call it? Freedom.
Freedom? What are you holding me? You're holding me prisoner now. Are you
Yeah, that's right.
blackmailing me?
I want to be assured that I'm paid my debt back.
I'm gonna
Hey,
tell
my
I'm
friend,
gonna tell Ganja that
I
we
do.
just gave
You
him
do
2
have my
gold.
gratitude, but you chose to do that. I didn't ask you to do that. Remember that.
So you'd rather have died then, because that's what you were going to do.
I'm not saying that, but for you to, hold me hostage over a decision that you chose to do is
I don't even need to give you
not
guys
something I can agree with.
This group defines the phrase and friends like this, who needs enemies?
You're trying to get me to join you, but you're blackmailing me and extorting
Oh,
me
I'm
at the
not
same time.
blackmailing you, mate. I have you owe me a legitimate debt.
Hey, that's fair, but remember, it is a decision that you made.
And it's also a decision I'm going to make to collect it. So
I'm
prepare
gonna turn back
yourself
to
for
these
that.
two. I'm gonna turn back to these two, and I'm gonna say, that if we want to consider ourselves friends, I hope if the time comes, you
I
save
didn't
my
ask
ass.
you
You don't
anything
expect
about.
gold from me because
You guys
you
are gonna
won't
fight in the
get
middle
it.
of the square. Okay, so basically now you're starting to your arguing is starting to draw a bit of a crowd, and you guys can see a couple of red cloaked individuals starting to slowly make their way. They haven't caught up to what you were doing just yet, but they're starting to make their way over to you.
Okay, so as they're starting to make their way over to me, I whisper to my friends around me, "Keep it going, mates. They're coming. We want to get their attention." The red.
Look, my
coated
friend.
ones.
If what you want is 25 gold, I'll find you 25 gold, and I can be on my way.
Why not travel with us?
If
You
that's
can pay
all,
me in
if
installments,
that's all it
mate.
is. Pardon
Why
me?
not travel with us, mate? You can pay me in installments.
So these guys are getting closer and closer now at this point. Richter, you recognize these guys as people who were dressed the same as the people who were standing on the porch at Barthen's Provisions. Gideon, you obviously recognize these people. I need. He's no longer in sight, so you're not frightened yet. So you are less frightened now, Ganja. You're not feeling as scared at this point in time, but you do see quite a few people coming your way as well.
Wait. That's not a charmed thing, right? Advantage against being charmed for half.
No, it's not a charm. You're straight up frightened. He's scared the shit out of you.
I want to bring everybody towards the end. I'm gonna say, "Come on, guys, let's get out of here. Let's regroup."
We're attracting too much attention. We can finish this later, out of earshot of other people.
But did we draw the guys that were in front of the inn away? Because before they were blocking it, right?
You can't really tell. So you guys came back to Barthen's Provisions. You just see a group of red brand, the red coated gentlemen coming your way.
I wanted to go to the inn, not the Provisions.
No, you
Are
went.
we
You
going
went
to
to
the
the
Sleeping
Provisions
Giant?
back to go meet everybody.
Okay.
So you're
aren't we
currently
going to the
standing.
Sleeping Giant?
No,
So
we're heading
currently
to
standing
Stone Hill.
in front of. Yeah, you're currently standing in front of Barthen's Provisions, so right here, and you're seeing people come in from here.
Hey, instead of just going straight to this inn, why don't we kind of take a little loop around? We've caused a lot of attention. We were sitting here arguing with each other. Yeah, well, Richter's not exactly welcome back in this inn, but we do need to get there. So, what do you boys
I'm
want
gonna
to do
use my
about this?
disguise kit and go into the inn.
Okay, so you're gonna use your disguise kit. What are you disguising as?
I'm gonna disguise myself as the pirate's uncle that was in our past party.
The pirate's uncle. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking to fool a pirate too?
No,
No,
what was
he's
his
talking
name?
about this
Pericles.
priest that I played before. Yeah,
Oh, you're going in as a
Pericles.
priest.
Yeah.
Okay,
As
so
a cleric.
you're gonna get dressed up. Yeah. So
Dressed up
this
like a priest.
proficiency with this kit lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to create a visual disguise. So make a deception check and add your proficiency on top of your.
Okay, so that's my roll, and then it's +2. I got a 21,
Okay, so you dress
and then
yourself
actually
up.
23 because it's +2.
Yeah, so you dress yourself up and
I'm a
you put
fucking
on
monkey.
all of this. You sort of turn around, you put everything on. Everybody around you is quite impressed. Actually, you look just like a priest. Okay? So I need help understanding what this guy looks like.
He is
Actually-
Go ahead. He can explain it. It was his character.
No, Richter, it's your character.
I am a big, tall, brolic ass priest who, if you say something negative about my god, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. That's how
That's a
I look.
fu-
I kind of look like Mr. T dressed as the Pope for Halloween.
Exactly. Awesome.
Mrs.
The hat
T,
too?
I didn't
Like
fool if he know the
45
God.
gold chains and rings. I pity the fool.
I pity the
Joseph
fool that say
11,
something
I
crazy
pity
about
that
my
fool.
god.
Oh,
yeah,
God. All right,
that's
so
how I'm giving it up
you are Black Jesus, and you
Yes. That's how we're giving it
Oh,
up.
wow.
The real Jesus. The real Jesus.
you guys make your way into so you guys are making your way over. So you sort of do a loop to Pino's point. You do a loop around the smithy into the town green, past the Shrine of Luck and Sister Grail's home that's marked on your map, and you sort of loop back around. You find yourself back at the Stonehill Inn. You guys walk in. You sort of part the doors very softly this time. You walk in, and all of a sudden, you see you see the female barmaid sort of stand at the front of the back of the bar serving things. She turns to you and goes, "I thought I told you miscreants to stay out of here. I see you found yourself a new holy man."
And with this holy man, miss, we came here to make amends. And I come up to her and I slide her, and I slide her one more gold piece, and I hope this will assure our friendship.
So I need just off
With
the hop,
apologies.
it's gonna be one real quick. I need Jesus. I need Richter to make a deception check. Is anybody helping him on this?
Everybody
I'm
help.
giving
I'll help him. I'm a paladin,
take
so
it-
I'll kind of
Can I have it with advantage since I'm so convincing?
Yeah, so what I was going to say is everybody's sort of helping you to let them know, yeah, this is our new friend. So make a deception check with advantage, and all she's going to roll is a lowly perception check, which is just her standard D20. So she's got an 11. Okay, so you fool her. So
Nice.
you managed to fool her. She goes, "Well, I'm just happy you guys came to the realization that you did something wrong, and you came on back to help it. Now, what can I do for you?"
God bless you, ma'am. I'd like a room for me and my friends.
I'll take
Well, the
my own
room
room.
costs a little bit of money. I'm sorry.
How many
I
rooms you
need-
got available?
Well, let me see here. And she goes in the back and she sort of turns her books and starts to open them up. You see at the same time, Toblin. So, guys, start moving your characters if you can around where you want them to go. Toblin moves off to the side and says, "I thought I told you all to get the hell out of my establishment." And Trilena turns around, or sorry, the woman turns around and goes, "Oh, honey, it's okay. It's okay. They found Jesus." And he turns to woman and goes, he turns back to the three of you and looks really hard at Richter, and all of a sudden you hear a cuff at the back of this guy's head, and he goes, "Don't stare at the Lord's servants." And he says, all right. So what can I get y'all? I guess you're back in our good favors. I don't understand why.
I just need rooms for me and my friends in the Lord's name.
Good touch. That was a good touch. So he turns to all of you. And he turns back and goes, Trilina, we got any rooms available for these folks? And she turns around and goes, well, it just so happens we've got about 4 rooms that we have available right now. They're a little expensive. They're a bit of our nicer suites.
How much do they cost
I'm
for
sure
all
y'all
4
can
rooms?
afford it.
How much is that going to cost for all 4 rooms? I'm asking her.
How much is? Oh, so you're asking her?
Yep.
Well, ours is comfortable in, so it's just gonna be about 5 copper pieces per night for each.
3?
I'll
I give
pay the
her
whole for everybody.
I look at him and say, I was going to do the same thing, but thanks.
So sorry, what do you do, Richter?
Richter paid her.
What? I'm gonna pay her.
So it's 2 gold pieces total for everybody. It's
Copper? Or room?
2.5.
3 gold pieces roughly. So it's like 2.5. It's
How much did you say that was? 5 copper a room?
5 copper, which I
copper
believe
room.
isn't 5 copper. Oh no, it's 5 silver.
What?
Sorry.
I was going to say, yeah, because 10 silver is 1 gold. So it's 2
Yes,
gold
sorry.
pieces.
So 5 silver, so that'd be 2.5 gold for everybody
For
Alright,
4
that's cool.
rooms? 2 gold.
for 4 rooms.
I have at least 6 left.
So you want to
Could
just
put
pay her
it toward
2?
food.
I want
Okay,
to
so
pay
you
her.
drop
and
2
use
gold
this
pieces.
for our friend.
She says, "What? Sorry."
I'm gonna pay for everybody. Ganja and Gideon can have their own room. Since I'm a elf, I only have to meditate for like 2 hours to 4 hours.
4 hours.
So I'm just gonna
That's all I
meditate
need
in
to.
one of their rooms, either Dab or Pino.
You've got 3. You got 3 elves right now. So you've got you, Dab, you, Pino, and Ganja are all elves.
Yeah, I'm gonna just meditate in one of their rooms.
Okay, so
Because
she
only
turns
has
to you and
4.
goes, "Are you guys going to bed so soon? It's only 6 o'clock in the evening."
Well, I'm a priest and I can't drink, ma'am.
Oh, you can have yourself some of our homebrew. It's got no alcohol in it.
Let's see what you have to eat.
At which point she sort of tosses a drink down to you. It's this foamy mess. You taste it. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
As he's drinking this, I'm going to say, excuse me, ma'am. I'm going to pull out one of the gold teeth that we found in the cave. And I say,
Oh my
is this
goodness!
worth
Where
anything
did
to
you
you?
pull that thing out of? That's unsanitary.
It's clean. I cleaned it. It's nice and shiny.
Tastes like shit, but you don't throw up, Victor.
Nice.
So I can say, is this worth anything to you? Or anybody you know that might be willing to take some gold?
Well, I'm always willing to take some gold, except for when it's been in some person's mouth. But I imagine
Well, it wasn't
that I
wasn't a
imagine
person.
Narth would probably take it. He likes to deal in, let's say, strange things like that.
What was that name? Sorry.
Narth, he just sits right over there, and she points towards this sort of surly old bastard sitting in the corner, really wrinkled, really frail looking. He's actually sitting right over here against the table, just sort of grumbling to himself, holding onto a beer. He goes, he likes to collect weird things, I guess so. He's getting old in these years, so he can't really think straight, but it sounds like he's got a little bit of information, too, if you might want to talk to him.
Oh, thank you kindly, ma'am. I'm gonna walk over. I didn't see where you pinged. I wasn't zoomed out. Sorry, so I can't move my
So
camera
he's
there.
sitting right here at the table here.
All right, beautiful. I'm gonna walk over and kind of stand up.
All right,
I'm gonna
so
have
that's
the- I'm gonna
about
have the-
you, Dab. Dab, what are you doing?
This time, I'm gonna just stay close to the door because I know I've said some mean things to this lady, and
No, you
I've
didn't
got.
say anything mean to that lady. You didn't say anything mean. You said this is the barmaid, this is the bartender who's the wife of the other bartender. The one,
okay.
the handmaid, like the maid, that you made fun of or called a whore, essentially, is nowhere in sight.
Oh, okay, good. So I'm gonna walk up to this gentleman at the table here, and I'm just gonna ask him how he's
Okay.
doing.
So what stands in front of you is, it's a tiny dude. He stands a little taller than you because dwarves are a little taller than you. He's very stocky, but he's sort of old, and he's got a giant mustache, big beard, and he goes, "What do you want?"
Just sitting down for a drink. Seen you were all alone. Thought maybe you'd want to chat a little bit.
Ever occur to you that I was alone for a reason?
And what is that reason?
I'm a grumpy old fuck, that's what.
How long you been around these parts?
Oh, I've been around here for a long time. At least 20 minutes.
What can you tell me about the red brands?
Oh, those little fuckers, they'll be gone in weeks. I think. I mean, as long as the mayor just does his fucking job. But I haven't been able to see that happening in a long time.
Does the name
Say, you look like you're a well-traveled individual.
Yeah, I've been many ways. I come from many miles from the deep center earth.
You looking to make a little money, sir?
Oh, possibly. Does the name Gundren ring a bell at all?
Oh, the Rockseeker brothers? Oh, yeah. They've been around, them two. They've been around, I'll tell you. Seems they have some sort of map that's got an entrance to the Wave Echo Cave, but nobody believes in that shit.
Yeah, that's what I heard from a senile old man up the hill a ways. And then he spoke of dead zombies
He
and
sounded like
creatures.
somebody had a hold of his balls and couldn't remember a goddamn thing.
Yeah, exactly that man.
Yeah, you done met Darren.
Darren met us about 32 times too in the 10 minutes we were there.
Oh, you're lucky.
So, what do you need, sir?
Well, it just so happens that the town master's been asking around. He's been looking for folks to take care of those orc raiders out in near the Wyvern Tor. Apparently, there have been folks going missing along the trails, and it's bad for business, you hear.
And what is it
They've
you're
been
offering?
seen east on the Tribal Trail.
And what is it you're offering?
Well, I imagine I'm not offering nothing. I'm just letting you know the town master, who seems to have quite a bit of money, doesn't seem to think that the red brand's worth paying for, but he seems to have a problem with these orc raiders.
And where may I find this town master?
Well, the town master's in the town master's hall, of course.
Well, thank you, my good sir. You have a good day, and I bid you adieu.
Good day to you too, sir. Oh, and by the way, if you ever want to talk about them Rockseeker brothers, I'm here anytime you need.
What do you know about them?
Well, I've heard murmurs. About 500 years ago, a pact was made between a clan of gnomes, like you, and dwarves, like me, which became known as the Phandelver Pact. Together they mined and magically rituals within the Wave Echo Cave. Spellcasters from near and far joined forces with them, and together they combined their collective skills to create a forge of craft magical items dubbed the Forge of Spells.
And this is the
Everything
cave that...
came to an...
This is the cave that those
Don't
brothers seem to have
interrupt me,
found...
son. I'm trying to tell a story.
Oh, continue.
Everything came to an end when these fucking orcs came along. Always going after magical treasures, the orcs. And they sieged Phandelver and the Wave Echo Cave. Man, the place absolutely destroyed Phandelver, and a lot of the mine too. Causing a lot of various cave-ins. Quite a few survived. Very few survived. The Forge of Spells became legend. And the entrance to the Wave Echo Cave was lost. Now, fast forward to the present day. The Rockseeker brothers, intent on finding and reopening this mine, managed to locate a cave, as they say. Now, their activity was never a secret. and they imagine that they've caught the eyes of some very nefarious persons around, including these fucking red brands and their new found leader, Glassstaff. But you didn't hear that from me.
Okay, good information. Good to
Indeed
know.
not, man.
You've helped me quite a bit. You enjoy your day, and I hope to see you again on my travels.
Let's go to sleep and let's kill these motherfuckers.
So you'll be done with him. Ganja, are you doing anything? Sorry, we're not going to get to sleep just yet. Are you doing anything? Ganja?
No, I'm just kind of chilling, listening to see how these guys interact with people.
Okay. And then so that's you, Gideon. Are you doing anything?
I want to go. We never went to the Sleeping Giant, did we?
So you want to try? No, you never. You went to the front of it, and Ganja damn near got his ass beat.
I'd go back there with you.
Cool to try to. I'm not taking you anywhere with me.
Hey, I owe you.
Yeah, and the best way you could do that is to remain alive.
So I'm gonna keep moving on then. Richter, are you doing anything while this is all going on? And meeting with anybody?
I wanted to go to.
Usually because I'm a bard in a tavern, I would be playing my lute, but I'm a priest right now, so I'm gonna go up to my room and start to meditate.
All right, so the barmaid turns around and goes, "Right this way, sir. Your room seems to be ready. We can put you in the first one right on the left there." And you make your way into the first room just over here. You walk in, and there is a tiny human. Well, I wouldn't say tiny, probably 10 or 11-year-old human in there sweeping up. He turns and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just about done in here. It's almost clean for you."
I'm gonna say, "Thank you, young man." Step to the side and let him leave.
All right, so he takes off out the door and disappears. Pino, you're up. You are talking with Narth, who you know is a somebody who is interested in your gold teeth, from what you understand.
So I'm gonna approach him. I'm gonna say, "How's it going? How's it going, sir? The lady at the bar told me you might be interested in something that I got here. You mind if I take a seat?"
Well, I don't know. Do you?
I'm gonna pull out just one of the gold teeth and kind of flip it around my hands and say, "Well, they did
He
tell
goes,
me you might
the
have been
minute he sees the
interested."
gold tooth, he goes, "Well, take a seat."
Yes, I'm gonna sit across from him at the table.
Now, where'd you find yourself with such a pretty and he does this with his fingers. Like, it doesn't do this, he does this. He goes, "Where'd you find yourself a pretty thing like that?"
Oh, I travel around. I picked it up on one of my travels.
Oh, my friend, nobody finds gold teeth on the side of the road. Where'd you find it?
No, they don't. But I found it in a mouth, if you must ask.
Well, shit, I fucking assumed that now, didn't I?
Yeah, well, I don't need to be telling you whose mouth it is. It's
What do
nobody
you want,
from here. I say, well, what do you got? You got something to trade? You got something
I
gold
got
for me?
And so he just basically steps and goes, "I got information. You see, I saw Miss Grail. She was overseeing the Shrine of Luck, and she recently came back with wounds all over her body. Wouldn't say why. Now, gimme!
I don't know if my gold tooth's worth about a little bit more than somebody coming back from getting a beating from somewhere.
Did you hear about the Rockseeker Brothers?
What do you know about the Rockseeker Brothers?
Where. And every single time he does this, he's saying it with like the breathiest well he could possibly get. And he goes, where. Them Rockseeker Brothers have found themselves an entrance to the Wave Echo Cave.
Where'd you hear that information?
Around. And he's currently looking like down, and he's sort of like playing with his fingers, walking across the the table that's sitting in front of him.
And you think this is a true statement, or is this a rumor?
Well, it's said that they have some sort of map. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm told the brother Gundren has it, and he's gonna show everybody where the entrance is.
So it sounds like these guys have been bragging or something. Somebody knows something about this. You wouldn't happen to know somebody who might have seen this map, do you?
Well, of course I do. Gundren Roxy.
Anybody other than the Rock Speakers?
Well, of course I do. His brothers.
You're not getting the point I'm putting across here.
Are you saying I'm not picking up what you're putting down?
I'm saying you're doing exactly that. I'm saying I think you know a little more than you're letting on.
No, I know what you want to know. All right. I'll dish it. I tell you. And he just sort of like, he waves back and forth. And he just keeps waving back and forth. He goes, psst, come here. And he sort of tries to pull you in close.
I keep a couple feet distance, but get a little closer.
Okay, so I need you to make
I'm not reaching over the table to get closer.
No, I know. You're leaning though. Make a. I'm trying to think here. Make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check. This is probably not going to go well.
And he is going to make a sleight of hand check. Uh-oh.
This is a third fucking natural one today.
Uh-oh.
Damn, this is gonna be bad.
I feel like I should get some kind of advantage if he's trying to steal the tooth in my hand.
As you lean in, and I promise you this, as you lean in, he's going to lean in closer, and he's going to grab a hold of your head, and he just licks straight up your cheek and then lets down and goes,
Oh,
I immediately punch him right in the mouth.
You successfully do so, and he is knocked out on the floor.
He does not get my tooth. I go back to the bar and I ask for something to wipe my fucking face with.
Trilena turns around and goes, God damn it, Narth, that's the 4th time this week.
I am thoroughly disgusted sitting at the bar, unhappy with myself, but he still did not get my tooth.
Okay, can I come up and check his pockets?
You certainly can, Gideon.
Fucking fired. I mumble under my breath at the bar.
Gideon, you, on the passed out gentleman, search around, you find 2 gold teeth.
I take the gold teeth.
And I need, so keep in mind, you didn't see him take these gold teeth, and I need Pino to roll a perception check. You have no idea you're missing 2 gold teeth.
All right, I still got the one in my hand.
You still got the one in your hand.
Well, I got the 2 on the bum, and I sit him back in his chair and sort of sit him up.
All right, and he's just sort of like Weekend at Bernie's lying down in the chair right now.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as he's not falling down.
He goes, as you make your way back to the bar, the one barmaid turns around and goes, I'm sorry about him. He does that all the time. Just likes licking people. No idea why.
It's fucking disgusting. I
agree.
You don't want to let us in here, but you let this licking motherfucker.
Well, this licking motherfucker doesn't call me names and spit in my face. He just, licks people.
I didn't either, but you still didn't want me in here.
You're in here, aren't you? Now,
And
I
you're
see
pretty.
that you boys went and found the Lord, so that's why I let you back in my establishment.
Well, thank you. He's very kind, and I'm just going to take my drink somewhere else.
Well, yeah, let's rest and kill these motherfuckers, man.
I really want to go to the other place in Sleeping Giant, but I feel like it's dangerous.
Look,
Way to go
look,
there,
my
Tips.
friend. I feel like I owe you. If you want to go back there, I know you may.
I am
have
not
the
gonna
motivation.
take you back there with me. We've already
I don't think
discussed
you have a
this, man.
choice. You don't have a choice. If you go back there, I'm going with you. I've got to redeem myself.
See,
What does that have to do with me, man? I want
Look,
to be
they saw you
incognito.
too.
It's kind of hard if I take you back there with me.
They saw you with me. They know we're associated, whether it's how deep it goes. They've associated you with me. And you've marked
And
yourself
this is me
in my
trying to
name.
disassociate myself for a moment, man. And never mind.
Look, if you really don't want my help, I'm just trying to return that favor.
Are you having this conversation out in the open here, or?
I'm not even having a conversation anymore, mate.
So if that's a no, then Dab, and Pino are all hearing this happen.
They hearing him having they're having a Brokeback Mountain moment.
No, we're not.
I am clear across the
No,
room.
we're not.
What's that, Pino?
I said I'm clear across the room. I forgot to move my character where I wanted to be. So
Okay,
Just
but I
saying.
mean they're having a where you stand, you see the barmaid sweeping out the door here, the one that Dab decided to call a whore.
I'm gonna
I
move
pay no attention
back
to
to
it.
his table as well, and I'm gonna relay the information I got from the dwarf and say, so far I'm hearing that these brothers Gundren and his brother have a map to an entrance to some cave that holds all kinds of riches. That a lot of people really want this map, so I think I'm starting to understand a little bit more what may have happened and where we might have to go.
I agree. Talking a little bit quietly so that none of the patrons can hear. I'm finding out the same thing. Everybody's saying all the same thing. There's a map. It's all about these rock peakers. Either somebody killed them for it or they gone off fucking looking. So
And do you start walking back towards the door again, Deb?
I walked towards Pino and sat down on the bench with him.
So as you walk towards him, you hear, "Psst, hey!"
And I look around, wondering where
And
that come from.
It's coming from this. I got a story to tell you.
do
I'll
I
make my
hear
way
this?
back over to him.
Did I hear him say that to him?
You heard him say, "Hey," and you sort of see some rustling around.
That's all right.
What do you got to say,
He
dwarf?
goes, "Well, that's not very nice to say about me. I don't much appreciate it. What's your name?"
My name's Dab Hatter.
That's a wonderful name, Mr. Dab Hatter. I am Leynar Thildren. How are you?
Not
And so,
too bad.
make a perception check real quick.
– 18.
Same dude, different voice.
So split personalities now.
So he turns to you and goes, "My friend tell you about that Wegako cave?" And
He
he's
told
sitting
me
like
some things.
he's almost swaying back and forth this time. He's not like a grumpy dude. He's swaying back and forth this time. He goes, "Well, I'll bet you he didn't tell you about the black spider.
What black spider?
The one that's on your head, silly." And then he smacks your head, but then he just starts to giggle. And he goes, "I'm just kidding." So,
And I two hands smack him in the mouth with my staff.
roll for attack just real quick. It's not gonna be hard. But I
Why
just
are
wanna
we
see if you
always fighting people, bro? Every situation's a fucking fight.
can- Okay, so
Whoa.
Fuck's sake.
say hello to my little friend.
There goes that information.
So- oh no! My God! You knock him straight out cold. Like you hit him so hard in the head,
He's in a
and he just drops to the floor. Finally, the barmaid turns back and says, "Which one was he?"
He wasn't the grumpy dwarf, the other one. I didn't get too much out of him, but then he smacked me in the head. And I don't take too kindly to things like that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has. He's got a few contusions from doing shit like that.
Well, he just got another one.
The people in this fucking establishment, like,
The people in this town.
Thought we were weird.
All right,
So then I'm
you
gonna
finish up your.
Can I shake him
Go ahead.
back awake?
You can certainly try. You knocked him out cold with like quarterstaff up to the side of the head.
I've been paying attention to this. Definitely seen him knock him out, right, with that kind of swing. I'm gonna walk up, fucking down. You need a hand waking him up?
I think I might. He took quite the smack in the mouth. I might have given him a little too much. I fucking drove
I'm
him
gonna
one.
touch him. I'm just gonna pat him on the head and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Oh, okay, so you cast Cure Wounds on him. He wakes up and goes, "What the fuck did happen there?"
Oh, great. He's back to being a dwarf. Can I speak to your friend?
I don't understand what you mean, friend. I told you everything that I wanted to know.
Can I give him another whack in the head?
You certainly can roll for attack.
Come on.
God, natural 20 again.
As he's swinging, I say, "Come on! I only got so many spells, man."
You missed him. You missed him. With a roll of a 5, all you needed was a 7 to hit, and you missed him. So you go to swing. He sort of ducks and goes, "What the hell you think you're doing? What, are you trying to hit me in the head?"
No, I seen a spider, a black spider on your head. I was just trying to kill it.
A black spider? Wait a minute. Who told you about the black spider?
There's a friend sitting actually right where you were. Was just about to tell me.
He looks down. He looks up. He looks down. He looks up. I got a headache.
I could understand why.
Anyways. Well, why can you understand why?
Because you got quite the gash on the side of your head there. I'm not sure if you know how you got it.
He touches his head and touches his head and goes, "This has got to stop happening." Anywho, the black spider seems to be the leader of these orcs that is trying to take back the Wave Echo Cave from the Gundren Rockseeker brothers.
And where may I find this
Their
black
name's
spider?
Gundren... What's that?
Where may I find this black spider?
Oh, nobody knows. If we knew, we'd go find him. But I think that Gundren, Tharden, and Nundro might find him sooner or later, if you know what I mean.
I pipe in. I say, "Did you say take back from the Rockseeker brothers? As in, they already have the cave and people know this?"
Well,
Or
they
are
seem
at-
to have a map now, don't they? If you got a map, you got to know where things are. And if you know where things are, then you got those things.
Yeah, but
Common sense,
to
really.
say that somebody's going to take it back would to say that you know that they found the cave and that they are there.
Well, I'm just speaking speculation. That's all I do.
I'm going to take him for being a crazy person and leave it at that.
Thanks for your time, old dwarf. You might want to go get that bandaged up.
I think I will. And he actually stands up and goes back towards the barmaid. The barmaid turns around and goes, "Narth, that you?" And he says, "Yeah, I got a bit of a headache, Miss Stonehill." He says, "Let's go get you fixed up, you silly son of a bitch." And they walk back into the back together and sort of disappear.
So my
Okay,
character's done for
oh.
the night. I'm most going to try to find some food and then go to my room as well.
Yeah, and I'm
All
gonna do the
right,
same.
so you all get shown to your room. Ganja, are you serious? Or Gideon, are you gonna try and do this at night, or do you want to take a rest?
We can take a rest. It's fine.
All right.
Can you hear me? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. So you guys take your sleep.
Jared,
Yes.
at checkout before
Check out.
at
Isn't a fucking
checkout
Holiday
from all
Inn.
this, I want to tell the lady that when she asked me for the money, I want to tell her that the guy at the woodworking station actually was covering our night.
So as you wake up, you find yourself, a little bit groggy. You wake up. I need you to make as you go and talk to her. I need you to make a deception check because it's a new day. You are trying this on. You put this disguise on once again. Oh yeah, and you completely fool her. So she turns to you and goes, "Oh, I see. So you've been talking to that nice silver hair fella up in the woodworking area. Well, he's got standing tab with me, and as long as he's okay with me taking out 2 gold out of his tab, I'd be more than happy to put it on there."
Well, ma'am, if it's okay with the Lord, then it's okay with him.
Oh man, I'm gonna give you some inspiration. So you consider that. I'm trying to remember how inspiration works, or not inspiration. Oh Jesus, what's the name for it?
Before everybody wakes up and gets together, I want to take a walk to the woodworking station, and I'm gonna
All
tell
right,
the
so
lady.
you're
if you see
doing
my,
this relatively early in the morning.
Yeah, I want to tell
Um,
the lady after that. I'm gonna tell her that I'm going to visit a friend. If she sees my friends that I came in the bar with, tell them I'll be right back.
Will do, sir, and you have fun with Jesus in your prayers in the morning.
God bless you.
I'm definitely going to be up sitting in the bar eating breakfast.
Yep.
'Cause I was
So
only
you
down for 4 hours
notice
myself.
him walk by.
Just sit there. Don't even say anything. Just sit there eating my shit.
Okay. So you anybody remember how inspiration? Oh, you get advantage on a roll. So
It's inspiration to do like
Richter?
D6s or D10s that you had.
Yeah. No, so this is just you get advantage on any roll you want. If the DM gives you inspiration, so basically, Richter, you should have a box on the top of your character sheet. Just mark that you have inspiration. You get advantage on any one of the rolls that you want. Just one, so
Okay.
you get advantage on a roll. Just because that was a good line. Whenever the Lord takes me, or whatever the hell you said. So you make your way into the woodworker. Silver-haired dude comes and says, "I see you have taken a night in the wonderful establishment.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking care of me.
Anything for a customer who wants to spend 40 gold on a light crossbow."
Wait a minute.
Anyways, I
wait a
did
minute.
what I could.
He's still a priest, and he turned into a priest after he talked to the woodworker. So the woodworker wouldn't even know who this guy is.
Not necessarily. The woodworker is a pretty old elf. You didn't let me finish.
Continue.
So I wanted to turn around and go, and by the way, why in the world would you put on this mess on your face?
Well, the lady at the bar was kind of mean to me, so I had to put a disguise on so she'd let me stay the night. She also told me about your upstanding tab that you have there. She's quite a bitch.
Well, I've never heard of Trilina Stonehill be described as a bitch. But to each their own, 40 gold is 40 gold, and I'll do anything for 40 gold. So, here is your crossbow, sir. And he hands you this beautifully ornate, carved crossbow with beautiful steel tines on it. You've just been given a +1 light crossbow.
Okay.
Basically, it means you get +1 to all of your attack rolls with it.
Okay.
So he just hands that to you and goes, I hope you slay all that you can slay with this weapon.
I appreciate you, sir. May the Lord be with you.
You don't have to pull that bullshit with me. Now get out of my establishment. I don't prefer to associate myself with...
All right, I'm going to leave and fart on my way out.
Please.
Did you say you're gonna fart?
Yeah, I'm going to fart on my way out.
Okay. I need you
to take a performance check. No.
No. I need you to make an Arcana check. Because what you're about to feel, you will inevitably not understand. Okay. So you feel that fart. You feel that fart somehow magically get forced right up back into your asshole.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
So you feel a pressure, and you feel like it's a weird feeling, but you know what that guy just did. He basically did a wind spell to force your fart back, and he turns to you and goes, "If you would like to defecate, the street is a perfectly good place. Please not do it in here and ruin my items."
I'm going to say, okay, sir, have a good day, and I'm going to run out with my new crossbow.
Okay, you run out.
And take my disguise
you make your way
off
out into
now.
the... Yeah, what's that?
I'll take my disguise off now.
Okay, so are you going to stay in the streets?
I'm going to go... Oh, no. Actually, I don't want to take my disguise off. I want to keep it on and go meet them at the bar.
So, while he's out, before other people wake up, I want to go back up to the bar, whoever's at the bar, real quick. With that gold tooth,
so
just
that
ask
would be the...
if there's...
So you've never actually asked anybody's name, but he turns to you and goes, "What can I do for you?" And this is the male bartender.
So your wife told me, this guy over that I ended up knocking out last night because he fucking licked me. He said that he would be interested in this gold tooth. Now that was for some information. I need some money. I'm wondering, is there any stores around here that might be interested in this gold tooth for whatever the hell they would need it for?
Oh, well, interested in things like that. I mean, Barthen might take it just because it's kind of weird looking and he likes provisions, but that's toughy. It's a gold tooth been in somebody's mouth, chewing things and biting things and eating things. But that crazy kook up at the farm, Darren, he might like it because he might not fully understand what you've given him. And he might pay a good amount for it. I don't like to take advantage of old men like that, but he's a bit of a dumbass and he gets on my nerves sometimes. So.
All right, thank you. I want to head up to Darren real quick. I just want to try to sell this tooth off.
So you're gonna go back to Darren?
Sure am.
Okay. So you walk up to Darren and he goes, "I'm sorry, sir. I can't serve you right now. The orchard closed, and you're gonna have to take your kid back home."
My kid's not with me today, my friend, and I just pull out the tooth and I show it to him and say, "Listen, do you want to buy this? Somebody said you'd like things like that."
Sir, you're missing a tooth. I don't know where.
I am, but do you want to buy it? It's gold.
It's gold? Well, I'd say a gold tooth for a gold tooth. And he reaches up inside of his mouth and he just sort of cracks. And then you see him reach it out and there's this bloody tooth that's sitting in his hand. He goes, "You want to trade?"
Is it gold?
No, it's a tooth. I thought that's what
gold?
you want. You want to trade tooth for a tooth?
I don't want no damn tooth. I want some gold.
Well, goddamn it, I can't put it back in my mouth.
I don't want you to put it back in your mouth, sir. That would be disgusting.
And he sort of looks at it and goes,
"I have a nice shiny gold tooth here that you could put back in your mouth for a little
and he
price."
turns back at you and goes, "I'm sorry, sir. We're closed. You're gonna have to take your kid home."
God damn it. I just look at the floor and I regret my decision. And I walk away. I don't say anything. I don't. I turn around
Hey, you
and I
want
say,
to
"You
sell
stay
that
here
gold
now."
tooth of yours in your hand?
You got gold?
Oh, you got gold. I got gold. Let's make gold and go get them.
You give me some gold and I'll give you a tooth.
Well, I can provide you with 3 gold for that one tooth right now.
No, that's all right. I'm going to keep my tooth.
Well,
I
okay,
think
then
it's
you
worth-
don't need that to buy two
How long
steak and
does
other
it take
things.
to charge the switch, do you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, all right. I'm going to keep my gold tooth. I'm going to say, "You have yourself a good day. You stay here now. Have fun."
All right, place is closed, though. You can't go bringing your kid back, okay?
Do you guys
We'll
think
be
that we
back
should?
on Sunday.
Do you guys think that we should board the doors of the sleeping giant and burn the whole thing down?
Well, that's some table talk if I ever heard one. You're not even anywhere
I'm
near
leaving.
anybody right now.
So at this time, I'm gonna wake up, come out,
yourself.
and I'm just gonna head out to the front door just to kind of start my day.
So you see people walking back and forth. You see, people in red coats with black interiors walking around. People seem to give them a wide berth. You look down the way and you see a gentleman in beautiful robes who see these people coming, and he races back into this beautifully ornate building with a massive set of stairs.
I'm gonna follow him into that.
DM,
Yeah.
go ahead. Just so you know, I have heroism instead of bless. I changed one of my spell slots for the day. Just so you know.
Okay. Yeah. This is a prepared spell, so go for it.
So yeah, I'm
So
gonna
you
follow
follow
him back
him?
into the building.
All right, so you go towards the building. You see 2 massive guards with giant halberds. They just sort of close the halberds in. I need you to make a perception check.
Where's this happening at? Where'd you guys go?
So right now, if we're back on here, I'll pull you guys back out to the map. So
Get
right
your
now,
tab going.
oh Jesus Christ, are you ever gonna roll like anything good?
No, it's been garbage all day.
Can't be as bad as my rolls.
Yeah. So Pino's on his way back from the Ettermath orchard. You're on your way back from the woodworkers. Dab has walked out into the street, has seen this happening down by the townmaster's hall. That's roughly where he is, which is right here. So the Stonehill Inn's not too far away from it. And he sees these 2 guards just with halberds close in on you and say, no pass. And you look at these guys, and they don't look. They almost look stone. Like they don't look like they have human features, which is odd.
Can I ask them how I can have some time with the town master?
And at which point they look down, look up, and go, no pass.
How do I make an appointment?
They look down, they look up, no pass.
So I'm not going to get anywhere here. So I'm going to try to move around and see if I can find a way to get in around them without being noticed.
You're going to try, okay. So you're going to try and scoot past them. Specifically how? Give me some specifics. How are you going to try and scoot past them?
I'm going to use my stone camo to essentially hide myself and get an advantage on stealth check to maybe find a hole in the fence. I'm pretty small, so I can get into tight spaces.
Yeah, but stone camo only gives you advantage in rocky terrain. You're in the middle of a lumbered town with some stone steps. I'm not giving you advantage. You're not blending into steps.
Okay. Let me see here.
Okay, so while you're thinking on that, I'm going to let Ganja. Ganja, what are you doing, bud?
Hold on. I was outside for a smoke. I'll be ready. Come on.
Okay.
Everybody else went to their own kind of place, right?
Yeah, so right now, you don't know any of this. You just sort of wake up, you walk out, and it's empty, and the bartender goes, what'll I do for you?
Well, I don't know where everybody went. Where did everybody go?
Out that door.
Out that door. That's all you can tell me.
Well, fuck, man, I don't pay attention which way people go.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, I guess I'll go try and find one of them. Figure out what
Am I
they're
back
doing
at the
today.
inn yet?
You're making your way back right now. So as you walk out, you see Ganja exiting the building. And Ganja, you and Richter meet up.
Okay.
I gotta make my.
Ask the
Is he
lady,
still a priest?
before I leave, I want to ask the lady at the inn. I'm going to show her my brand new crossbow and say, ma'am, in the name of the Lord, I'm going to take out the red bands for this whole village. Is there anything that you could tell me that will help me?
Well then, and she's just sort of like fanning herself, says, Mr. Priest, I'm sorry, I just can't, I'm a little bit taken aback. Well, I can tell you that their leader is a gentleman named Glassstaff, and he likes to stay up there at that Tressender Manor. They like to hang out at the Sleeping Giant Inn. They're a bunch of douchebags. They like to wear red coats with a little insignia on them. I'm pretty sure they like to kidnap women and rape them, kill them. And then they like to rape kids. And then they like to kill their husbands. You know, stuff like that.
I knew they were raping them. Let's go. All right, ma'am. You have a good day. Let's board these doors and burn the whole place down.
God bless, sir. Wait. Burn the place down?
I'm going to burn the entire place down. Why, ma'am? Is that a bad idea?
There's innocent civilians inside.
Well,
We
what
can't
that
burn it
tall
down. There's
gentleman
innocent
just
civilians.
said, there's innocent people inside there. Which place are you going to burn down, by the way?
The Sleeping Giant. It's about to become the
Oh, yeah,
burning.
there's
No.
nothing but rednecks and hillbillies in there, so we'd be fine.
Okay, let's board up the doors and burn it down. Have a good night, man.
Wonderful idea. Just don't do that with the Tressender Manor, because I'm pretty sure they're holding people hostage up in there.
Okay, we won't do that over there.
Okay, excellent. You have yourself a good day, Mr. Pastor.
God bless you.
Be one with the Lord.
Achoo.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
Can I
me?
roll insight to see if actually, like, if there's no innocent people in the Stonehill Inn? Like,
You can certainly run an insight check on her if you don't believe her.
I mean, for me, burning a fucking place down with innocent people goes against pretty much everything right now that I believe in.
Right now. Yeah, you can certainly insight check her.
She said that there's no innocent people in the Sleeping Giant. Where the 15 people tried to jump you, there's no innocent people in there. We can board it up, burn it down, and kill
Well,
the whole
the
army.
kid that I tried to save was in there.
No, he wasn't. He was out front.
Oh, that was out front.
Bro,
Yep.
the DM's saying there's nobody in there. Let's kill all of them. Let's board the doors up.
I'm
burn the
saying
place
that's
down.
what she said. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what she said.
Why can I not see that?
Yeah,
Hold on.
why
Because your
is
color is
dice
black.
completely
He picked color as black.
Anyways, an 11 of insight. She's telling 100% the truth according to her.
All right.
All right, let's be out.
Okay, this
Get
time
out
I'm
there,
gonna
John.
make my way
May
back
I
from.
interject here, mate?
Hold on, Gideon still gets a turn.
I would like
So,
to say that when you want to burn down a building by boarding up the windows in the broad daylight, perhaps there's a town guard that might be against such actions. Just a thought, mate, that people wouldn't want you burning down buildings in the middle of town.
So as you guys are having this conversation, Gideon walks out and starts to sort of say these things as you're having this conversation with Ganja.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna stop trying to get in the town master's hall, knowing that there's no way really I can do it, and start making my way back towards the inn.
All right, so you make your way back towards the inn. You get in as the argument is going on between Ganja, Richter, and Jesus, Gideon. And Pino, you get back around
And
the same time.
Jesus.
Everybody's sort of just talking back and forth.
And as I walk up,
Can
I'm
I
gonna
hear him
say,
arguing for us, guys?
as I walk up, I'm gonna say,
I don't
so we
believe
ready to burn this motherfucker down or what?
Fucking burn this bitch to the ground!
Also, too, I have a question to ask. This is Al, though, not as Gideon. Do we see this guy's crossbow?
Nah, I'm
Yeah, everybody sees this beautiful, gorgeous crossbow sitting in Richter's hands right now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I haven't. And also, I have another question to ask, mate. That is a magnificent weapon you have. Do tell where it came from.
I went to visit a friend this morning, and not only did he give me this crossbow to take out the local criminals and help his town, he also covered our stay.
Make a deception check. Gideon, make a perception roll. Anybody who wants to make a perception roll can if they don't believe him.
No,
I
I
want
heard the
insight.
arguing, and I stayed the fuck outside this place. I am sitting outside waiting.
I take Richter's
We're all outside. We're all in
word as
front.
gold.
Why
Damn
do
it.
you want to let him rob us so bad, bro?
So Ganja doesn't get it. So you got to roll for
I didn't
Gideon
roll.
there. You know,
What am I
Ganja
rolling
doesn't
for
get
Gideon
it.
again?
What's
Perception?
that?
I didn't roll.
Yeah, you're gonna be a perception.
I didn't
Oh,
roll.
sorry. Then Ganja, are you gonna try and test him, Ganja, or no?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll roll.
Oh shit, Gideon doesn't. So Gideon, you think he's telling the truth?
Perception or insight?
It's
Yeah, I was
perception.
suspicious before. I don't get advantage for being suspicious from before. I don't believe this, man. I'm sorry.
According to this, you're suspicious, but you don't believe. But you do believe it. You think it has a nugget of truth to it.
Yeah, the
Just
rolls
don't
go.
be jealous because I got the connects. Just be happy I bought you a room and you just joined this guild.
Keep in mind, you did just sleep for free. So I mean, it's this way.
I didn't
Gideon.
just sleep for free. I didn't.
You don't necessarily believe him 100%, but you do agree with a lot of his
Let's say this. Let's say this. I don't believe him, but I can't prove he's lying.
Exactly.
All right, that's better. But the same thing I believe him is ridiculous.
Okay, so let's burn this motherfucker down. Everybody in this town hates these people in that building.
Let's burn this bitch to the fucking ground!
Let's wait till night and then make it a good show. At least.
We have to find a way to get as many of them as we can inside the place. How do we do that? Because it makes
Drink it
no
at
sense to burn the place down and don't get enough of them.
I agree. I mean, we did get told that he likes to hang out there. Maybe we can do fucking two birds, one stone here. Get two birds stoned at once.
This is a terrible
Huh?
plan.
That
I don't want to burn the map.
Flagstaff,
I don't want to burn the
ass
map.
staff.
You don't want to burn the map.
Yeah, doesn't he have a map to like a treasure of some sort?
Gundren does, yes.
Gundren
You
doesn't.
think
He's
that
in a
the Grand
castle
Moff-
somewhere.
I don't
yeah.
know where Gundren is, man. Gundren could
No,
be
we
inside
can't.
that place, bro. We're
Yeah,
burning
Al
this place
just said
down and we don't even know what's in
throw
there.
him in there.
Yeah, I'm talking Alstaff, the leader of the Red Guard, the wizard.
You mean
Likes to hang out.
Glassstaff?
Glass staff.
My friend called him
He's not
Alstaff.
inside
I
that.
tend to
Glass
believe
staff is not
Darren.
inside there.
Your friend
I
called
thought
him
glass staff was
Assstaff.
I thought he said Astaff. That's what I'm going with.
That's what he said.
I believe Darren. He's a very trustworthy individual.
You
He doesn't
tell-
have
you
the.
tell- You telling
Doesn't
me?
he doesn't have the capability to lie.
True. So, what are you guys doing? You're currently sitting in the middle of this tavern here. People are just sort of watching you at this point. Oh,
Okay, I'm going to relay the information to everybody that I found out that there's a guy
Not
called
bad, I
Black
got dropped.
Spider. There's a guy called Black Spider who's apparently the leader of the orcs who've taken over this cave that was found many, many years ago that holds all these treasures and gold. The two brothers found an entrance to this cave, which has garnered a lot of attention from people around because they weren't exactly secretive of it. I'm thinking that's why they got jumped. That's why they're missing. And this deal here with the gang here in town, it looks like they're all hanging around the Sleeping Giant. We can take care of this problem, continue on our way, go find Gundren and kill this orc Black Spider. But they did say I had to talk to the town master at the hall, and I'm thinking if we burn this place down, it'll get his attention.
I don't think it's going to get the right kind of attention, but I mean, the town
I
master lets
agree,
it go on. He's probably in on it. If we burn that shit down before we talk to him, he's just going to kill us.
And yet, here we are in agreement being out. Why must everything be bombastic?
Oh.
Well, I went
I
to the town
agree
hall.
we should eventually burn it down.
I went to the town
Perhaps
hall. There's
we
two
should-
How
guards
must
standing in
everything
front.
happen with no plan?
There's two guards standing out front of the town hall that can't say nothing about do not pass. So there's no way to make an appointment, no way to get past them. So either we cause a confrontation there or we cause a confrontation here. You pick. Bad guys or we start burning good guys. One or the other.
He's got to have friends. There's got to be ways to
There
get
are
to
way
this guy
more
without
plans than that.
cause and confrontation.
Oh, I want to shoot people with my friend's crossbow.
So we're standing in front of the Stone Inn, and at this time I'm going to get sick of arguing and fire a firebolt over at the Sleeping Giant.
Wow.
You're not even anywhere near the Sleeping Giant.
We're standing in front of the Stone Inn.
You're
Yeah.
standing in front of the Stonehill Inn. The Sleeping Giant is like a ways down the road.
Okay, well then I'm breaking off from the pack, and I said I've had enough of arguing with you guys, and I go get ready to burn this place down. Either you're with me or without
All
me.
right.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm not gonna
You start
stay for
walking
that.
towards the Sleeping Giant. There is currently a group of people again with the red coats and black interiors inside. Starting to cause a ruckus. You're walking over there with intent. I need you to make a perception check real quick.
I want to hold up my peace sign, say Jesus out, and I'm gonna walk backwards out of the bar in the direction that Dab went.
Peace out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him go alone there either. I know what those
Got a
boys are
12.
about, so I'll follow.
All right, so with a 12, you notice that that cloaked gentleman that was walking walking into the hall before is now walking directly towards you in a very worried look.
Oh, so that's I'm gonna stop him real quick and go. Are you the town master?
Well, I think so.
I got some questions for you. You got a minute?
I have many minutes. What were you heading over there to do?
Well, I hear there's a bunch of miscreants over in that area that need to be dealt with, and I've also been hearing.
No. You don't want to worry about those miscreants over there in that bar. They're just hooligans. What you really want to worry about is the orcs near Wyvern Tor. As you can see here, there's a reward for them.
And how much is for that reward?
Oh, a whole 10 gold, mind you.
And that's just to take out the leader of the orcs?
No. All you have to do is make sure you rid the entire Triborough Trail of all the orcs living in Wyvern Tor. They seem
Black
to have a little
Spite.
cave there, I guess.
Does Black Spider ring a bell?
Shh! You don't say that name around here. Those are unsubstantiated facts. I don't know what you're talking about.
What about what was his name?
I don't know.
Gundren.
You're asking me.
Does the name
Mr.
Gunja ring a
Roxic
bell?
and his brothers will bring prosperity to the region as long as they confine themselves the cave. If you have any information on whereabouts of them, I'd be glad to hear it.
What's your relation with these people here at this sleeping giant? Why are you so invested in their well-being?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm invested in their well-being. I'm just saying they're not hurting anyone and they need be left alone.
Well, everybody else in the town is saying that they're stealing women and they're raping people and so on and so forth.
Oh, poppycock! Nobody's raping anybody. Everybody's fine.
Okay, at that time, I'm going to two-hand strike him in the head.
Whoa!
What
Okay.
the fuck?
It's got violent.
This is the answer to every problem that we come to: violence.
Yeah, this guy's
No,
fucking
there's
standing
any
up for
other
these guys that
skill.
are raping people. I ain't fucking flying with that. He's getting a smack in the mouth, and I'm burning these motherfuckers down.
All right, so
Burn it to the fucking ground!
wow. Okay, so you are gonna make an attack roll. Yeah, make an attack roll.
But guys, we have to close the doors first, like The Sims.
It's too late now.
Oh, there we go. Seems
21.
like every time you want to do 2 pounds of damage, you kick ass. Yeah, you definitely hit him. Hit him straight upside the head. You do, wow, 10 points of 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you strike down on the head. He basically takes it in the head, and all of a sudden
This
you
guy
hear
is the town master.
all of a sudden
town
everybody
master
looks.
you just
You
did
see the
that
red
to.
brands on the edge of the area look, and there's probably 15 to 20 of them over there, all looking your way. You start hearing. You look at where the actual town master hall was, and you see these 2 massive stone guards with halberds starting to make their way towards you. You are the first one out. I need to know exactly where everyone is right now, but before we get into this, actually, we're going to call it for the night.
What, you don't want to just kill us all before we finish tonight?
Yeah, might as well wrap the whole campaign up tonight, you know?
I have a feeling this is going to be a lengthy one, so we are going to call it there.
But I definitely didn't go as far as Dab did. I'm gonna say that right off. I was not beside him for this.
No, I'm sick of dealing with
No,
this, sick of hearing them, and he's standing up for him. I got the information I needed out of him. These guys have no use to me anymore.
You're gonna
Out
die,
of
Dad.
character. Out of character. We still need
Yeah, you're
strategy.
gonna die, Dad.
I got your back, Dad.
Anyway,
I got your back,
Anyway,
bro.
let's
Yeah,
see what
you're
we're
gonna
doing.
die
Yeah.
too, Richter. You
Oh, I
die.
got your back. Well, we
Jesus,
might
and I
all
have a
die
magic
to this.
crossbow.
At least we ain't gonna die
Oh,
pussies.
don't say I'm not gonna die
I'm
with y'all.
Jesus, and I have a magic crossbow. I'll be cool.
I'm not gonna die with y'all.
Do you want
Every
to
time
call
I
it
try
there?
to talk about doing something different than automatic violence, y'all ignore me. I'm not gonna die with y'all.
Never asked you to come. That's why I walked away from y'all.
But yet I go save some kid and you're harsh on me for it. That wasn't
How
violent.
can you close the doors?
All right, everybody.
did you
Thank you very
hit the
much for
town
watching the
master?
stream. We will see you next week to figure out what happens to Dab. Is he going to get absolutely destroyed by the red brands and some stone guards? Is Dab ever going to or is Pino ever going to go back to the love of the new love of his life, Darren Eldermath, and and are they ever going to find out a way to swallow that gold tooth? And will he ever find out that he's missing the other 2? Come back next week to find out.
And we'll be
8
back.
p.m. Eastern Monday.
And Wednesday as well, we're going to continue with the bacon campaign. And then we have another, that's 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And we have another Battle Royale coming up this weekend on Sunday, I believe. And that will be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you Wednesday.
Thank you.
Peace.